All of a sudden, you're blinded. A loud echo of distorted screams bounces throughout your eardrums. The fight or flight system in your brain triggers a chain reaction. 99% of people begin to run, and you are in that 99%. But where do you run to? You don't even know. You have never been in this place before. All the corridors and rooms have the same rusted look, and it's almost like you were in a maze. You try and retrace your steps, but it's hard to look for an exit while you're in a full dead sprint, and making sure you don't fall through one of the many holes in the floor. You're still running, frantically looking around and searching everywhere for a way out. And then you see it, a light shining through the wall next to a door. You then get to the door, but you see it's welded shut. You kick it, it doesn't budge an inch, so you decide to crawl through a hole in the wall. The 40-foot drop below terrifies you, but you continue through. You then realize that you're on a roof. Almost nowhere to go. The noise gets louder as you run closer to the roof's edge. You look over the edge and it's a seemingly endless drop to the ground below. Nowhere to go but down. You don't want to climb down the pipe that leads to the bottom, but the pure amount of adrenaline coursing throughout your veins convinces you otherwise. You do it, almost without even thinking. You cut your hand on the way down and don't even feel it. You finally get down and you book it, jumping over fences and not looking back. You see the red and blue lights get closer, so you run, and you run, to the point you feel invincible. You feel alive and free. And the best part is, you get away with it.
Oh shit. Go! 24! Go. What's up? Oh, be careful with the windows. Can you light up for a second? No, bro, shut up. There ain't no water. There ain't no water. Oh shit. Guys, get the fuck over here. Come on, boys. Come on. Yeah, we gotta go. Until the cops get.
To achieve reality, it comes with a cost. That cost may or may not be you ending up in the back of a cop car. Well, that night was surely pretty crazy. And if you want to know exactly what happened, then you should stick around, because it's about to get a whole lot crazier. Okay, and I hate to spoil the fun already, but we have to go over a couple ground rules first.
Hello, class. My name is Professor Fouts, and we need to go over a couple rules very shortly. Firstly, do not attempt anything that you see in this video. Secondly, this film was made for documentary and educational purposes only. Thirdly, this film was also made to raise awareness on the dangers of exploring abandoned buildings. Lastly, I do not condone any illegal activity, and nobody should try and recreate the fictional scenes and or actions performed in this film. Okay, now that that's over with, let's get back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Not attempt anything that you see in this video. Alright, now that that's over with, let's have some fun. And this is a friend that I've done the most amazing and crazy things in. Explored abandoned missile silos, abandoned hospitals. I'll be glad that our souls crossed paths. Oh, and we cannot forget about this night. But yeah, that night deserves a whole video of its own. Well, look where we are now. This is the video about that very night, and about a bunch of other crazy nights and insane experiences of me urban exploring. And while showing you my own experiences, I will also be covering the start of urban exploration, along with its amazing history, and the history of the buildings we explored in this video. So get ready to learn a hell of a lot of interesting stuff, and learn the fundamentals and dangers of urban exploring, just in case you end up doing it yourself, which I do not condone whatsoever. But who am I, you may ask? My name is Connor Fouts, and I make informative videos based around my crazy life experiences. I dropped out of college to pursue filmmaking full-time, and I love getting out of my comfort zone. I recently also made a documentary about parties last November, and this video right here is the continuation of that documentary series. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and learn a lot as well. And I bet you won't watch to the end, because you know, all of y'all's attention spans have been destroyed by TikTok. But anyways, enjoy this amazing video, you won't regret it, and subscribe and like because I spent months on this documentary. And finally, make sure you get out of your comfort zone.
Okay, need to finish the dam. The dam was successful. Alright, don't die.
Dude, it's like a sketchy climb though.
It all started when I was in 8th grade.
Hi everybody, my name is Fouts, and today I have a revolutionary new invention for you guys.
Life still felt real, but I wasn't really living it just quite yet. I would rather stay inside and play video games than go out with friends and actually do something memorable. But as the weather got warmer and when 8th grade summer hit, I decided to go outside a lot more. I went to the skate park with my friends quite a bit. And when we would get tired and needed a break from riding, we would sit down in these trees a little past the skate park for some shade. Behind that layer of trees was an abandoned bridge. I don't even know why it was built, because there was no road in front of it or behind it. And the bridge was there before I was even born. I've always known about the bridge since I was like in 5th grade, but I never took an interest in it until now. My friends wanted to climb on top of it, and I said screw it, and did it. Looking at the old concrete beams and pillars fascinated me. It had me asking a lot of questions, like why did someone just build a bridge here, and why was it left halfway finished? After I got down from the bridge though, I ended up going home and the memory stuck with me. It was so much fun exploring things left behind. It was a weird break from the somewhat picture-perfect bridges and houses that society constantly presented to us, and it was like stepping into a dystopia or an apocalyptic future. You leave the present and live in a completely different reality almost. You escape. And what's sad is most of us, if not all of us, rely on a certain escape to achieve happiness. But what if it's not an escape? What if that escape truly is the reality? And the reality you have right now, laws, society, school, jobs, is actually the escape, the false reality. What if we're meant to live doing what we love? And I know you're asking yourself, well, yeah, of course, but 99% of us don't choose that. We do what's safe, and we do what others want us to do. But what if those societal standards and rules don't apply to you? I'm gonna do what I love, and the beginning of me doing what I love is breaking free. And this is the story of me and my friends breaking free through urban exploration, and why we in the Urbex community are so intrigued by abandoned structures. Let's start at the first abandoned building I ever explored. After I explored that abandoned bridge, a year later I went to an abandoned mini golf course with my friends Sato and Edward.
Here, let me call
Head
it.
first.
Let me go.
Oh my god.
See, it's very tight. Sounds like there's people walking upstairs. Stay still, Sato.
Hello? Is anyone in here? We come in peace. Hello?
It's just the window. This would be a perfect place to film a scary movie.
After making sure nobody else was in the abandoned building, we gained a little bit of confidence and decided to look around.
There's a staircase. There's a staircase. Who the fuck leaves shoes in here? There was what, Sato?
Somebody came and wrecked it.
Really?
Because this wasn't even this bad.
And here's just the #1 rule if you decide to explore an abandoned building: leave it as it was. Do not destroy anything, because this building was completely destroyed and it sucked.
Is that a chick with a fucking pussy?
Yes, Connor, it is. You videotaping this, Connor?
Yeah.
This was the last balls.
I mean, that's like the only like not fuck room.
Sato was right. We should have just thrown the party that my last documentary was based off of here.
Like, imagine if we just cleaned all of it up, but then the next day it would be trashed again.
And after exploring inside the building a little bit more, we explored the golf course and all the cool caves and other stuff that was over there. Sato then took some photos of me and Edward, which are just classics. And this photo taken right here was the photo that I used to introduce Edward in my documentary about parties. And after a little bit more exploring, we ended up getting off the property without any incidents. And it was just a really cool experience. I guess the abandoned experience also stuck with my friends as they explored an abandoned hospital just the next year. But before I can show you the footage and tell you the crazy stories of me escaping from the police and security at the abandoned hospital, we are going to go into the urban exploration rabbit hole and how I found the super secret underground online world of Urbex. I was actually trying to find the beginning of urban exploration for a very long time, and to find any information on it was actually very difficult. But one night I went full investigation mode and went down this little rabbit hole. I started off by searching missile silos in Colorado to see if there was any more abandoned silos near the Denver area. And at the very top of the search results, there was the Colorado government website. And I ended up clicking on it, and it was actually a list of all the silos built in Colorado and if they were polluting and or if they were abandoned / destroyed. I then, after exploring more of the Colorado government website, found a link to all the previous military installations in the United States. It was crazy to see all the new places I could go to. And after getting bored of that crazy website, I then looked through the Google photos of the silos in Colorado. And I saw a photo that looked really familiar for some reason. And there was a lot of photos of the same exact missile silo that I explored, but this photo just stood out. So I clicked on the photo and it said 2006 trip Colorado missile silo. So I ended up clicking on the link to the website to see where it would bring me back to. And let's just say I was not disappointed. It brought me back to a site created by a crazy old urban explorer with the alias of Panic. This site was super interesting, as Panic had explored all these crazy abandoned places 20 years ago or more, and he laid out a bunch of information about them. He had a safety part of his website too that explored the dangers of abandoned buildings, which I will get into later, and also the main principles of being an urban explorer. After searching the names of some urban explorers that Panic had listed on his website and that he had explored other buildings with, I then found an article from LA Times that was released in the year 2000. This article had a bunch of urban exploration websites laid out at the bottom of the page, so I tried searching them up, and half of them don't even exist anymore. But I looked up one site that stood out to me, and it was called Infiltration, and it was an amazing find. Infiltration was a website created by a guy with the alias Ninjalicious, and he coined the phrase urban exploration in an article he wrote. And after that, urban exploration became the main term of exploring abandoned buildings and other urban structures. Infiltration then became the best urban exploring site on the internet, and Ninjalicious was one of the biggest names in the sport / hobby. And sadly, in 2005, he died of cancer. And it sucks because he really changed the urbex scene forever. And his name will never be forgotten. He will always be a legend in the urbex community. And after that, I saw the memorial for Ninjalicious on the website. I searched the site a little bit more, and then I found a timeline of urban exploration. And I'm going to use a majority of this timeline in this video. So thank you, Ninjalicious, and the great people at Infiltration. All the credit goes to you guys. I'm going to present you guys a summary of this amazing history, and if you guys want to check out the full timeline, feel free to go in the description and then check out the Infiltration website and look at it for yourself. And I will personally cover the timeline in this video after I tell you the stories of me exploring the abandoned hospital. After I explored that abandoned mini golf course, my friends then told me about an abandoned hospital that they had explored. It was now my sophomore summer, and they decided to bring me to it. We found a way in, and we just started exploring. The tension was high though, as we saw a motion sensor go off down the hall, and very shortly afterwards, a security guard was outside, waiting by the only exit out of the building. Thankfully, we scouted out the building before going in, and we saw an escape route if we needed it. So, we frantically ran through the hospital looking for the escape route that we saw outside. I was in full panic mode at this point, as I've only dealt with trouble with the law like 2 times before. I was running and telling my friends to run faster, and then we saw a light coming down the hall, and we found it. It was the escape route. We opened up the window, and we were now on the secondary part of the roof, around 30 feet high. We had to run to the edge where there was this 15-foot drop off onto a lower part of the roof, and I hung off, asking my friend if I would be okay if I dropped, and he said I would be fine. I dropped, and my ankles buckled. I got up, and we climbed down the 10-foot tall pipe to the ground below, and we booked it. My ankles were hurting so bad from the previous drop, but I just kept on running. And then afterwards, I felt this sigh of relief, but I also felt the addictiveness towards the insane amount of adrenaline dumped into my bloodstream. It was fun, really goddamn fun. So fun I went back at least 8 more times. And every time we would follow the same procedure. Explore the building till security showed up, then go to the escape route, go through the window, and drop off the roof. It wasn't foolproof though, and a lot of random things would happen every time we went. And the first time I ever snuck out of my house, we went to the abandoned hospital. We started walking up to the front of the hospital, and we immediately got caught upon trying to enter. The security guard was actually waiting just around the corner. He floored his car around the building and straight towards us, and we ended up sprinting off, jumping off big ledges, and hiding in some buildings being built nearby. We eventually got back to the car, and my friend pulled up next to the security guard and yelled, "Fuck you, pussy."
Oh yeah, they are. Oh.
We all up on the rock, ever looking like a fucking stud. Jimmy's looking like a fucking stud too.
Oh, God! I missed. Woo! We're so close.
You're fucking crazy, Jimmy. That bitch was right there.
Hey, fuck you, stupid bitch.
Holy fuck, bro.
Alright,
He just ran from the fucking cops.
This way security won't chase us.
Holy fucking shit, bro.
And that night was honestly one of the craziest and best nights of my life. To stealing parents' cars, to breaking into abandoned buildings, to going up to an overlook and then the car breaking down, and then to getting home 10 minutes before our parents woke up. It was a crazy experience, and it actually just scared the shit out of me, as you could tell in that one video of me in the car talking to Jimmy. And Jimmy even cut himself pretty good while we were running from security. But there was something about that night that just had me craving more. We went back again just a couple months later with a bigger group, and everything was going well when we got in. We were exploring new areas, and our friend Mason decided to fuck around a little bit. So he threw a huge piece of glass down the hallway, and it scared the living shit out of all of us. But then we saw Mason did it, and we had a huge sigh of relief. But I was like, what the fuck? And I told him not to do it again. And that's when we heard a loud banging against the wall down the hall. We all went silent, and then we heard a man's voice yell, "Come on out, I know you're in there." Almost immediately, my 5 friends try and hide behind the one singular desk in the whole entire room. So I just accepted my fate at this point, and I just stood there, waiting as the footsteps and the light from the flashlight got closer. The mysterious man turns the corner and then shines the flashlight directly into my eyes. Then he says, "You know I can see all you dumbasses, right?" And my friends come out from behind the desk as he calls them pussies and punks, and then tells us to get the fuck out of his building. He's shining this super bright flashlight into my eyes at this point still, and asks if we're all on drugs or something. I try and talk to him, and he shuts me down and points down the hallway again, screaming to get the fuck out. He follows directly behind us, telling us where to go. We eventually get to the way out, and the security guard is still cussing us out. And while he was following us outside and talking shit, I whisper to my friends, "Everyone run on 3. The guard begins screaming again, telling us to walk to his car, and I whisper, 1, 2, 3.
Today I am feeling alive, and now it's too late to say our goodbyes. I fucked your roommate, and she's been telling you lies. I wanna party all night, and now you say I cheated. No, you're
We look behind us and see the security guard get into his car, and the chase begins. Some of my friends start to run towards the car, and we all yell, "Don't run towards the car, don't run towards the car." Everyone groups back up, and we run down the hill full sprint. Once we looked behind us though, we noticed the security car driving like 60 feet behind us. We run onto the sidewalk, and he gets even closer, almost side by side to us, and I say fuck it. I jump the fence into this random front yard, and I run past the side of the house to the backyard into the alleyway. While I'm running, I hear Mason say, "Over here!" And there's a hiding spot behind a shed. So I run back to the shed, and 3 of my other friends continue to run down the alley. And then we waited and waited, cramped behind this shed, watching as the flashing yellow lights of the security car circled around the block. Then eventually, the yellow lights turned into red and blue lights. After around 30 minutes, we decided to leave the shed spot and we sprinted towards the car. We got to the car, but it was locked, and our other 3 friends were nowhere to be seen. But thankfully, all of a sudden, our friends came out from behind some bushes up the street, and then they unlocked the car. We got in without asking too many questions, and we dipped as fast as we could, and we somehow got away with it. I went maybe only like 2 more times to the hospital after that, but it just got riskier and riskier every time we went, and some of my friends even ended up getting caught by the cops when they went without me. One night I was really bored though, and I tried to get in again with a couple of friends that had never been to the hospital before. But when we got there, the security guard was already waiting right out front. And before we decided to turn around and go home, we had the great idea to go up to the security car and ask the guards some questions.
Everyone can do the talking. Let's just walk past them.
It's like, what are they doing?
Eventually you got it. Just ask if we could go in.
It's too cold.
Edward, you got it.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Pretty good. We were wondering, are you the owner of this building?
No, I'm just the security guard who patrols it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw it and we're like, this thing is crazy looking.
Yeah.
Is it abandoned?
Yeah, it is private property too.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I see.
So like, we can't walk in the, like over here and take photos or anything, or?
Like walk right here in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay,
Take
sweet.
photos?
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just take a couple and then leave.
Yeah, that's cool. No, it's the abandoned old St. Francis Hospital.
Mhm.
Gets broken into quite a lot.
How come it became abandoned?
I'm not sure. The inside's pretty messed up. Parking lots are pretty messed up, so I think
Yeah.
we just couldn't upkeep it. It was built a
It
while
was too
ago.
expensive to
Yeah,
maintain.
I forget where the new one is, but yeah, this one gets broken.
It's kind of like the
3
thing
times tonight.
Really?
Wait, what?
Jesus.
What they got?
Did they all
in?
get in?
2 of them did.
Two of them did?
Yeah, 2 parties, and the other one they caught coming over here.
Do you have to go inside and chase them? Like, chase them out?
It depends on the situation.
Oh, okay. So like, do you get their
Yeah,
license
what
plate
is
numbers
the
and everything? That's crazy.
It depends on the night, man. Sometimes the cops and I get them. It's I don't know. It just depends.
Mhm.
That's wild.
Is that a trespassing charge then, or what?
Trespassing, breaking and entering,
Damn.
unauthorized entry in private property.
Oh.
You could get some serious charges.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn.
Dang.
But yeah, no, you guys go ahead and take a picture.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, man.
Be out of your hair.
As you could see, we tried to get as much information from the security guard as possible, and it turned out that he didn't really know too much about the building either. So I did some research one night and I figured out the mystery to the abandoned hospital. The St. Francis Hospital was opened in 1887, and it was actually the first ever hospital built in Colorado Springs. And it started out primarily treating injured railroad workers, and then it moved on to tuberculosis. And each room actually had a sun porch where patients would receive the only known treatment to tuberculosis at the time, which was sunlight, rest, and fresh air. The hospital then expanded multiple times throughout the century and added a bunch of new wings. And along with housing trauma patients, they also started to house mentally ill patients. Over the decades, the beautiful architecture of the once original hospital was basically all replaced and destroyed. And finally, in the 1980s, they decided to make a plan to renovate the hospital to what it looks like today. Here's an aerial photo of the hospital in 1945, and here's a video I got with my drone of the hospital and the surrounding area today. As you can see, the whole layout has changed, and there's only one part of the hospital that still remains from the original building. Then after the huge renovation, most of the hospital that treated trauma patients then shut down in 1994. And after that, the hospital mainly just housed mentally ill patients. But a flood actually happened in 2010, which forced everyone out of the hospital, and a patient ended up injuring a security guard and a doctor. And after that, the hospital closed down for good. The original St. Francis has still remained abandoned to this day, though it has a lot of cool pieces of history still left in it. People actually used to write letters and put them in the walls in the old insane asylum, and there is even an underground tunnel that goes underneath the main road to a smokestack across the street. And this is where they actually transported the bodies of dead tuberculosis patients, because they believed the bodies couldn't be in the open air. And the really cool top floor with a bunch of big windows was actually the old cafeteria. But I could see why a place like this is so guarded, because it has a lot of history and people want to keep it around. But the owners of St. Francis, I guess they didn't really care too much, because they actually put the hospital up for sale like in the early 2000s, and no one bought it until about 2014. And the crazy thing is that the whole entire property was only bought for $50,000, when the estimated cost of the whole property was about $8 million a couple years ago. But the buyer had a point though, and the reason why he got the hospital for so cheap is that he argued that the whole building was full of asbestos, which it was, so that would cost a fortune to get rid of. So maybe the security guards are just trying to save our lives and make sure we don't get cancer. And while we're on the topic of the history of abandoned buildings, let's go over the full history of urban exploration, provided again by infiltration. The earliest documented person to ever go urban exploring was Philibert Aspert in 1793. Phil was actually considered by most to be one of the first cataphiles in recorded history. And if you don't know what a cataphile is, it's basically the term of someone that goes and explores the Paris catacombs. But one day, Phil broke into the catacombs, and then he became lost while exploring the very deep tunnels by candlelight. And then he died. And 11 years later, his body was sadly discovered and they made a shrine for him in the catacombs. And a lot of years later, in 1861, the great poet Walt Whitman then wrote the Brooklyn Standard. And in the Brooklyn Standard, he describes his visit to the Brooklyn's recently abandoned Atlantic Avenue Tunnel, which in 1844 had been built as the first subway tunnel in the world. I just can't believe my boy Walt was an urban explorer in 1861. But anyways, a lot of years later, once again, in 1904, another subway tunnel was made. 1 week after the opening of the subway system, a New Yorker with the name of Leidesmutel Dreespoel is killed by an oncoming train while exploring the new tunnels. And very shortly after he was killed, the transit company ended up putting up a bunch of no trespassing signs throughout the whole entire subway system. And this was really the beginning of the no trespassing signs. Then in 1921, the first documented organized group expedition to an abandoned building happened. A bunch of dadaists organized a trip to the deserted and little known church of Saint Julien La Pavarie in Paris. It's almost like the church started a little urban exploration gang. Then in 1986, Australian cave enthusiasts Doug, Sloth, and Woody found the Cave Clan. And the Cave Clan was basically a group of urban explorers that explored storm drains and other man-made caves, as well as natural ones. Alright, and here comes one of the biggest decades for urban exploration. And while on the topic of the biggest and most influential decade of Urbex history, we are going to cover the biggest and most influential night of my urban exploring career. And that's the night that the beginning of this video was based off of. It was now 2021, and I've had enough of the hospital, but there was actually an abandoned building right across the street from the hospital, and it was like an abandoned newspaper building. So, one summer night right after I graduated high school, I said fuck it, and I invited some friends that I climbed some schools and some other buildings with to the abandoned news building. We got there with no visible way to get in from the outside, so we walked all the way around and checked out everything, but everything was boarded up or it was just straight glass. And we weren't about to break a glass window just to explore an abandoned building. There's just a little bit of morals involved, and we believed in just exploring the building and leaving it how it was, and then leaving. So, we had one last option, and that was to try the roof for the last way in. We saw this gutter pipe that was around 15 feet tall, and my friends climbed it without a second thought. I was a little scared at this point, thinking, this is stupid, we should just find another abandoned building, but my friends ended up convincing me. So I climbed the very sketchy pipe, and I barely got up on the roof. My friend Jonah had actually already found an entrance into the building when I got up there, and this is when I started to film. While walking along the roof, Jonah showed us where there was an almost wide open door, and that led straight to a storage and engineering room. There was a lot of cool things everywhere, so we fucked around a little bit and found a door to a bathroom. We took a little celebratory picture and moved our way into the main hallway that led to a huge wide open room. And everything was going great so far. We were about to go into the big room and explore a little bit more, but we checked out a couple other little tiny rooms, and then we decided to go check out the big open room. As soon as we took one step into the room, a motion sensor or a pressure plate set off a high-pitched screaming sound. I'll replay the video a little bit for you to see if you could hear it, but I accidentally stopped recording right as the alarm went off. And I began to ask my friends, what the hell was that? We talked amongst ourselves for a little bit, and then my friend Jonah said that it was just the water running through the pipes or something. And then everyone just went with him and said, yeah, Connor, it's just water, stop overreacting. And I was like, no. That is not water. That did not sound like water. And then I remembered from earlier as well when we were in the bathroom taking the photo that the sinks didn't turn on. So I said one more time that it wasn't water, and I just started to run towards the exit. My friends tried to stop me, but I ran out to the roof and I heard this high-pitched scream get louder and louder. And once I rounded this corner, I could tell immediately that it was the sound of an alarm. And then the panic set in, so I just started to run. And while running, I stopped filming, and then I got to the edge of the roof where the gutter was. I tried to climb down, but couldn't, and I almost fell off the roof. It was already hard enough to get up that gutter because the roof kind of came out a little bit from it, but it was even harder to get down. So I had to go with plan B. I went to the side of the building where there was a 40-foot drop to the ground below, and I saw a pipe that I could climb down. I didn't want to do it whatsoever, but I was in such a panic mode that I just did it.
Careful, it shouldn't be here for another 5 minutes.
I was shooting down this pipe, trying not to look down and scraping my hand against the wall every movement. Once I got to the bottom, my friends were still nowhere to be seen. So I frantically pulled out my phone, fumbled it a little bit, and then got to Snapchat and called my friend Jonah. He answered and asked, "Bro, Connor, where the hell did you go? We can't find you anywhere." And then I started yelling at them that there was a loud-ass alarm blaring on the outside of the building and that they needed to get out of there ASAP. I waited at the bottom for them and I started recording. My friends came down slowly, one at a time, and once we were all grouped up, we dipped through a hole in a fence and into the same neighborhood that we hid in the one night that we got caught at the hospital.
Yeah, we gotta go. I know, that's what I'm saying, bro. What were you guys doing? Were you guys inside the fucking building?
But instead of sitting around and hiding behind a random shed, we went back to the car as fast as we could. We parked around 3 blocks away, and once we got to the car, we dipped immediately. While driving past the street, we heard the alarm going off clear as day almost 2 blocks away. We then ended up going to a couple more abandoned buildings that night and went home. But once again, we had gotten away with it. And after that night, I kind of felt satisfied. I ended up talking to this girl and we started dating, and after that, I kind of chilled out on the abandoned buildings. And now that I'm done with that big night, I'm going to show you the biggest decade in urban exploration history. 1990. A Russian Moscow area explorer with the name Vadim Mikhailov and his other friends basically formed the group Diggers of the Underground Planet, and keep this group in mind. Later in March of 1990, Eric Bagai publishes an essay called The First Hackers. It is a book that basically goes over one of the first written explanations of what urban exploration is all about. Then in September of 1990, the outdoorsman Alan S. North writes the Urban Adventure Handbook. It was a guide which he encourages people to climb buildings and explore the city as an accessible alternative to climbing mountains and exploring the wilderness. And he was one of the first people to coin the term urban adventure. In 1995, Kevin Kelm then establishes the website Abandoned Missile Base VR Tour, which quickly becomes very popular. Then in 1996, Wes Modes puts up a website called Adventuring, archiving his writings about freight hopping and bouldering. The site brings the term urban adventure from Alan S. North's book to the web. In October of 1996, Ninjalicious then publishes the first issue of the paper zine Infiltration. In the editorial of the first issue, he coins the term urban exploration and introduces the idea of exploring off-limit areas of all types as a hobby. A year later, in April of 1997, Ninjalicious then establishes an elevator action-themed website for Infiltration. An elevator action basically is an old video game, and he themed it around that video. He also linked 7 other urban exploration websites in his site, and this kind of made his website the main hub for Urbex. And 5 years later, in October of 2002, 922 audience members were actually taken hostage by Chechen terrorists during a performance at a Moscow theater. And the guy that we talked about earlier, Vadim Mikhailov, he was the one that formed the Diggers of the Underground Planet. He actually leads the Russian authorities into the theater by a little-known underground route in the sewer system. This ended up aiding the Russian authorities to save a majority of the hostages in the theater. But you know Russia, they always have to do something stupid or morally wrong, so a bunch of bad stuff happened, but we won't get into that. You could look that up for yourself. Then in 2003, a popular urban explorer by the name of Max Action records and releases a popular song that becomes an anthem of urban exploration.
So basements, rooftops, and steam tunnels heat. Rust-up machinery and tracks left by rat meat. The echoes in trains.
1 year later, in 2004, the owners of the site Urban Exploration Alberta take most of their content offline after learning that information on their site was being used by criminals. Then in the horrible year 2005, the legendary urban explorer Ninjalicious publishes a more than 240-page book full of urban exploration knowledge. And in the same month that Ninja published his book, he actually died of cancer. And after that, it's basically all history. YouTube then blew up the urban exploration scene by about like 100-fold, and YouTubers and a bunch of other people started to make content on urban exploration. And now it's to where it is today, which is still a little bit underground, but it's becoming a lot more mainstream. And I don't want to be the guy that necessarily makes it more mainstream and more public to a lot more people. I want to keep the sport/hobby just more underground to people that genuinely want to explore things and don't want to destroy or steal from places. And we will go over the safety and ethics of exploring abandoned buildings here soon. But right now, we got to take one last trip down memory lane. These are the last couple of videos I took from a night that I told myself that I would never explore an abandoned building ever again.
Like, I'm saying quick as fuck. We have to do it quick as fuck. Make sure that fucking... We're good. I don't know, but we have to hurry. Let's go. That's my Dairy Queen from like 2 years ago. No way. Okay. We just want to make sure this window's open. Where's the motion sensor? I think it's this door. I'm trying to remember. Jesus. Come on. We gotta make sure this fucking door, this window's open. We're almost there. Dude, it's boarded to fuck. You see that shit? It's boarded as fuck. Yeah, it's boarded to fuck, bro. Go. They boarded the fuck out of that window. He's in there. Wait, hold on. He's looking. Bro, we'd been fucked if we would have stayed in there.
And I won't go through the bother of explaining another close escape from security at that dreaded hospital, but after that night, I thought my urban exploring career was done for good. I didn't have an urge to explore anymore, and I thought that I did it all when I really had done nothing so far. A year passed by, and I didn't think I would be exploring anything soon. But my good friend Benicio actually randomly sent me a text asking me if I wanted to come to an abandoned missile silo with him, and I had to make a decision very soon. And after texting some friends that were surprisingly down last minute, we then drove 2 hours to the silo at 10 p.m. at night.
Taking all these dirt roads and jacked up, and it's old cemetery. And you can get really cool pictures. Like there's a
No way. And I know, already 40 minutes into the trip and we were already talking to the police. But what happened was that we actually pulled over on the side of the road to take photos of the stars because we were so far away from the city. And then 2 cop cars pulled up on us. And I thought to myself, this is the exact reason I stopped this urban exploration bullshit. And then they came up to talk to us and asked us what we were doing. I told them we were just taking photos, which we were, and I showed them the photos. And they said that the photos were really cool and that we should go to like an abandoned church/cemetery nearby that I should take photos at, which was completely unexpected. Goes to show, if something is truly abandoned, then cops really don't care that much if you go explore it.
Oh, it sounds awesome.
Okay.
Get the church and everything.
Oh, you guys there. You guys have a good night.
Thank you, you too, yeah.
Thanks for checking up on us.
Yeah. Alright, let's head out.
We're all just standing outside.
I'm surprised they didn't realize we're all dressed in black.
Yeah. Alright, we're at the missile silo.
And after a year of not urban exploring at all, the missile silo reopened my mind to the whole hobby again. I had no idea that crazy abandoned places like this even existed. The missile silo was super cool and rustic and had like an apocalyptic-like feel to it. And I'll show you a little bit of footage from this night, but I don't want to spoil it too much because I went back with a huge group during the wintertime and it was one hell of an experience. So let's start at the beginning of the night that I explored this crazy abandoned missile silo. Alright, so we're going to the abandoned missile silo tonight, and I am super hyped. We're gonna go pick up Dawson right now, then we're gonna go to Hannah's house, and Hannah's gonna drive us to the missile silo, so I'll see you then.
Leaving home base.
Dawson is the outdoors expert of the group, and it's always an amazing time exploring and hanging out with him.
He's into photography and videography just like me, as well as getting out of his comfort zone, so we will be making a lot of sick content in the future.
Leaving home base. We arrived at Hannah's house. We're about to dip out to the missile silo. Hannah, say hi.
Hey.
How are you doing, bro?
Good, how are you?
It's about to be good. It's about to be good. We're popping out to the silo. It's an hour drive.
Not a grain silo.
Yeah, not a grain silo, a missile silo. So yeah, we'll see you there. Yes, way cooler. How long are we gonna be stuck behind this motherfucker?
You guys aren't just trying to pass him?
Yeah, I think you should pass him.
I think do a signal. Yeah, he said pass him.
Oh, we did it! We did it! Kick shit head up! Yeah!
Need to walk to your destination from there.
We're
Liddy.
2 minutes away from the silo. Oh fuck, we got stuck. Alright, and now I think it's time to teach you guys the general rules of urban exploration. Rule number 1, do not park next to the building that you are exploring, and also do not drive your car directly into deep snow. As you can see, Hannah didn't follow that rule very closely. But when coming up on an abandoned building, make sure to park a block or two away in a normal spot that won't raise suspicion. This will save you if security/police get involved.
Alright guys, hop on the back. And then you guys get up front.
Okay.
Let's go!
Straighten out the wheel if you can. Yes, sir.
This is silo going.
Yep.
That's the fucking worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
This is Hannah Bananer. We have been friends for a very long time, ever since middle school, and she actually used to come with me to explore the abandoned hospital all the time. She loves doing stupid shit with me, and she's always been there for me. So that's a real one for sure.
You should go hard. You look like...
Yo, pimpin'. Holy shit.
Worst idea I've ever heard in my life.
What was the worst idea?
Pull off to the side of the
No, let's dip right now. Come on, I'm not trying to sit on the cold. Let's get the missile silo. They just jumped the fence. There's a opening right there. This is the best wrestler in and out of the sheets, Ben. He was in my last documentary, and it was awesome to see him again and explore the missile silo with him. We gotta do some more fuck shit soon, brother.
Yeah, we have to go this way though. Alright. Whoa! Careful, careful. This is so sick. I should brought my skis. This is deep pow, man. Careful, careful. Good thing I brought the shovel. I have gloves. No, we'll get in, Oh fuck, here, I got you. Yeah. Alright, I volunteer as tribute.
Alright, going in. Shit getting serious.
Alright. Hey, watch how it's done. Thank you, my boy.
Yeah.
Alright. Thanks.
I'll back.
Good shit. I'm poking out, Evan.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, here, bro, grab me. I got you.
Just a little.
Just a good little.
It's not that much blood, it's a little.
Just a little bit of blood.
Yeah.
Shit.
This is Emma. I just recently met her before going to the silo with her, but what I know about her so far is that she loves the outdoors, and she has always been a vibe whenever I've hung out with her. Now onto my baby girl Bo. I met Bo around the same time I met Jonah, and he's always been the kindest soul to me, and we became friends fast. He was actually one of the 3 friends, along with Jonah, that I explored that abandoned newspaper building with, and the alarm went off in. And without him, Jonah, and Malu, this documentary wouldn't have been made. But yeah, Bo is a true friend that absolutely loves the outdoors as well, and he also kind of states the obvious.
There were like missiles in here at one point. Let's go that way to get into the thing. You want to check out over here first though? Fucking do it. Good. Whoa, careful guys. What the fuck? Wow, this shit's creepy, man. A bat? Yeah. Hey, yo, get the fuck out of here, Jonah. Oh shit.
Alright, and before this bird attacks Jonah's head, I'm going to introduce y'all to him. I know you saw the introduction I did for him at the beginning of this video, but I have to show y'all this sexy man one more time. Jonah is going to be in a lot of my future videos, and he's done some crazy things with me.
What the fuck? Jonah, get back out, man. What is down the hole? Okay, let's just go back. Get out of here. What's going on? There's some birds in there.
Who really came out of nowhere?
Yeah. Follow us. Okay. We should. Watch your head.
Whoa, sick. Imagine, man, like there were like military personnel in here at one point.
Don't do that shit, please. Follow me. Do not fucking fall. I swear to fucking God.
We're going down.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, it's really dusty out here.
Yeah, dude. Ariana, some of the parts are actually really fucking sketchy, so just... There's a drop like that.
What the fuck? No fucking way.
It's down there. Who is that?
There's stairs right there.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Yo, Evan, how you enjoying it so far?
So fucking cool.
Yeah. I wish you could have went last time with us.
Yeah, you guys would have waited 5 fucking minutes. That was a dick move.
Did you hit your head?
No, hold on.
Now, this is the guy that I almost killed 4 minutes after first meeting him, and that guy is Evan. I first met him when I pulled up to my friend Max's house on my motorcycle to go to a rave. And Max is actually the guy that we explore the missile silo with first. But Max didn't even have to introduce me to Evan. Evan just instinctively asked me when I pulled up on my motorcycle to Max's house for a motorcycle ride. And I said, sure bro, what's your name? He said Evan, and I said, bet, get on the back. He got on the back, and I accidentally popped a wheelie, and we almost fell off and died. And after that, and the amazing rave that we went to, we have been good friends ever since. He sadly moved to Cali though pretty recently, so I'm gonna have to go out there and do some crazy shit with him here soon.
No, this way's a different way. There's more shit this way. Really climb up there? Holy fuck, what's up there?
I don't know, you want to come up here with it?
It's rusted as fuck. I don't know if I want to grab that. Hannah's got it. Holy fuck. That shit's just rusted all off.
Rule number 2, do not scrape, drill, hammer, break, damage, move, or disturb anything. This mostly applies to walls and flooring, but also applies to mostly everything you'll find in an abandoned building. The reason you don't want to disturb the walls, floor, or ceiling that much is because a majority of abandoned buildings contain asbestos, which is a cancer-causing metal compound that we will talk more about later in this video. But touching walls or insulated pipes can cause asbestos to become airborne, and then it could get into your lungs. So try and just stick to walking around and only touching things to like open doors or to get to places.
Yeah. Oh, careful that shovel. My dad loves that shovel. Oh shit, look at him go. Actually, you got some fireworks in your pack? Yo, Dawson.
I just accidentally brought them. Here,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Hannah.
This is Hannah Banana.
I'm Hannah. Oh, this is fire. How y'all enjoying the missile silo so far?
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, it's fucking a piece of shit.
It's so glorious.
Careful, there's a hole to your death right there.
Oh, jump in.
Rule number 3, do not fall through any holes in the floor and do not blindly walk on wood/metal floors before checking if they are stable beforehand. A lot of abandoned buildings are literally falling apart, as you could probably tell. So that means logically that you shouldn't put your full trust into anything structural in the building. So be very careful while entering any sort of abandoned building and watch where you step and look out for signs of decay in other parts of the floor before you step foot on that very floor. If you see holes in rusted metal floors or holes in wooden floors, then choose every step with the thought in mind that the floor may collapse and your foot might go through a hole. So always have an escape route or something you could rely on to save you from falling. Don't walk out on catwalks or areas where there is nothing else to save you if that catwalk or overhang looks to be in poor condition. Stay on a safe path and be careful when you're up a lot of floors or high up in general. Always test out railings and other things and put your hand on them and see if they're sturdy before you put your full body weight on them. And never trust wood. Wood is going to decay a lot faster than any metal, and you should never risk exploring a building that's high up with wooden floors.
Oh shit, he's over here! Wait, oh, that's a bed. What the fuck? Let's go, let's go! Oh shit! What the fuck? Oh, what the fuck is that? So there's 4. Yeah, there's 4. These 2 are small though. Yeah, these 2 are small. The one that we fucking have is humongous. That's where the nuke was, bro. It's been pretty sweet so far, man. I'm glad you showed up. Way better than porn style. No cap. He lost his hat. What a bitch. I'll just draw. Hold my pants up. Ready? Put his form up. Put his form up. Careful. Oh shit. You good? Yep. Alright. This is so risky. I got squeeze through. Squeeze your juicy ass through. Oh, my ass is too fat, bro. I don't know about that one. Yeah, take the camera. Expedition Dawson. Expedition Dawson. It's recording.
We're gonna get proper lighting for the fans. This isn't haunted at all. What the fuck is that thing?
Don't stand over there. Oh, you're right.
Rule number 4. Do not break anything or steal anything. Leave the building as it was for other explorers. Doing this ensures your legal safety and your good karma. I would tell you that taking old magazines is fine, which it is, but you really have to drill home the point that breaking and taking from abandoned buildings is just not acceptable whatsoever. Leave the super cool things behind for other explorers to see, and overall, just be a good person. There's one rule I like to go by, and that's never do more than one illegal thing at once. If you are already trespassing, then don't vandalize or steal or light fires or bring a lot of drugs with you. Just some common sense that we will talk more about later.
This does not look like a creepy video game at all. Holy shit. Good thing I wasn't filming and walked over there.
Yo, Connor! What up? Woo! What the fuck? What's up? How y'all doing?
It's the dance hall. Holy shit. Nice cock.
Nice.
Yo, honestly, I don't want you standing there, bro. You take one bad step backwards.
Yeah.
Like that.
Look, I still caught it. What is that? I don't know. That was weird as fuck. We'll jump this bitch ass. We got like 8 people.
Yo, is there a urinal? Oh, there it was. Oh!
It's a bathroom, man. It's a bathroom.
Walking into the wires.
Yeah. Breathing in so much cancer right now.
I can taste the cancer.
Rule number 5. Do not get cancer or enter any abandoned building without some sort of mask. Just look at the pure amount of dust in this video of me exploring the silo for the first time. You do not want asbestos, feces, and whatever else in that dirty ass air in your lungs. Plus, the mask keeps your identity concealed. Now, some asbestos facts for you all. If the building you're going in was built before like the 1990s or 1980s, then you're probably going to have to deal with the deadly carcinogen, which is asbestos. And spoiler alert, 90% of the abandoned buildings you explore will have this inside of it, because most abandoned buildings become abandoned because of this one stupid material. But what really is asbestos, and why is there so damn much of it? Well, asbestos was used almost all of the 20th century because it was kind of a god material.
Silly. And you have shrubbery, of course, right along in here.
For instance, have you two decided what material to use on the outside walls? It was natural that the scientists would turn to asbestos, for this is a remarkable mineral. Actually stone, it is made up of tiny but extremely strong and flexible fibers. Combined with Portland cement, these fibers act as a reinforcing agent, just as steel rods are used to reinforce concrete. Being stone, asbestos will not burn. In fact, it is best known for its use in all fields of fire protection.
We didn't have too much medical understanding of what certain metals and minerals did to our health back then, and all we cared about is how well it worked. And asbestos works so damn well. It is an amazing insulator and is also highly fire resistant. So it kind of just made sense to use this material in almost every single building, until the health effects started to get realized in the late 1970s. And asbestos dates back more than 4,500 years ago, so I guess it took a while for people to realize that it was slowly killing everybody. People literally made napkins and clothes out of the substance because they believed it to be like the fur/skin of a fireproof salamander. And this started the misconception that salamanders were fireproof. Damn, those poor goddamn salamanders. But the good thing is about asbestos is that it is relatively not that dangerous unless you disturb the fibers or kick the fibers into the air, which you can then breathe in and cause permanent damage to your lungs, because basically the metal is so resilient and strong that your digestive tract cannot digest it and your lungs can't get rid of it either. So you always want to wear an N95 mask, or even better, a respirator. And also protective clothing that you're planning on not wearing ever again, because the asbestos fibers will stick to your clothing and it is very hard to get out. So try and always wear a good mask while exploring, and wear clothes that you don't care about too much. And don't touch anything that you don't have to. But the thing that sucks about that is most abandoned buildings used asbestos in their flooring. So just always wear protective clothing. And most of the fibers that are actually dangerous to your body are invisible to the human eye. So just wear the proper equipment like I said, and you will be fine.
Is that my son? Look, bro, we got Ben, and then we got Ben in the background. Fire. Oh, we ever got red lights and shit. Whoa. What? Dude, yeah. It's fucked. Resident Evil. Hey, Connor, did we go straight or left? I think straight's where the actual fucking missile is, but we go left. We can check it out if everyone wants to check it out. Not bad, just. Make that shit open, bro. Make that shit open. We need to get in there. No fucking way. He's doing it. He's doing it. Hey.
Straight is the big silo?
Yeah, that's where the big one is.
I'll see you there.
No.
Let's go this way.
Alright.
Fuck it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got the boys. Wait for Bo real quick.
And I'm like high as fuck. This ain't smart.
Careful, bro.
It's alright. It's alright, bro.
Alright. Yeah, hold up, wait up.
The home of the motherfucking missile.
I don't think there's anything. Oh, that's a door. What the fuck?
Whoa!
What the fuck did he find?
Whoa!
Oh shit.
What? That was probably like
where they would prep it.
They'd like prep it. Like, you shall not pass!
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you're cute
We've
too.
been practicing it for months.
Yeah, we're kind of gay. I'm gonna record these motherfuckers real quick. Oh shit. Holy fuck.
Here, right here is a little restriction cable to keep us from the other side. You fucking. But I think we should really have some fun and take it off. Fucking
no.
Tell them, guys. Fucking shit. Let's fucking go, buddy.
Jonah.
My laptop, I'm traveling now.
Hey. It's the same one? I don't think it is.
Well, I don't think it is because we never made a right-hand turn.
Oh my god.
Here, get that shit right, bro.
Holy fuck.
Look up.
Yeah, those are...
How deep is that water?
Yo, what?
Why the fuck is there just a little ladder right there?
We got hella people in this bitch. Yo! Yeah, that's where our cars. Where y'all coming from?
Denver.
Oh shit, okay. How far of a drive is that, like an hour?
Yeah, about an hour. You all live around here?
We came from the Springs.
Oh, Springs?
Yeah.
That's like, what, 2 hours?
Yeah, like hour 50.
Yeah, that's right.
I know, right?
It's worth it. It's like 2
No,
hours.
for sure.
If you get to the very end, go down the ladder. You'll be able to get back into the silo.
Rule number 6. Be careful of strangers, criminals, and homeless people when entering an abandoned building, because homeless and criminals love abandoned buildings, and I'll let you infer why. So if you're going to be going to a very known, very easily accessible spot, or just any abandoned building, make sure you're aware of the people that you might come by. Don't under any circumstance interact with these people unless you have to. And if you see anyone that looks sketchy and off and that does not look like another urban explorer, then leave the building and avoid as much drama and conflict as possible.
Yo, look over there to the right. That's like the control booth. Hell no! Dude, that's like the control booth. No. What if we can get down there? Dude, we can get down there. Not from this way, we can get down there from another way.
No, if we go down that pipe there.
Alright, not so lucky rule number 7. Do not take unnecessary risks or do something dangerous to be cool. A lot of people like to put on an act when they are around other people, and I'm advising you not to do this while urban exploring, because it could get you killed. Ben, for example, did a lot of joking around and unnecessary risk taking in this video, but thankfully he didn't take it to the extreme that a lot of other people do. Ben was smart enough to be fine when messing around with little things, but you might not be. But yeah, just don't be dumb and do not try and climb to some crazy spot or do something stupid for Instagram or TikTok. And to add on top of all that, there's one final thing in abandoned buildings that you need to watch out for, and that is exposed wires. And try not to mess around with electrical boxes either, because anything still might have power in it. And there's been a lot of abandoned buildings that I've been to that they keep the power running for some reason. So please don't electrocute yourself.
Fuck yeah! Fucking walking through here, fucking...
Oh yeah, that's very sturdy.
Aw, look at Evan following rule number 3.
What the fuck? We got hell people on that platform. Yeah, just pull it down. Oh shit. Can I get up? Oh yeah. Dude, I'm listening to Boogie.
Hey, drop a beat. You're supposed to stick those in your nipples.
Oh, really?
Oh. Yeah.
I think so too. Dude, there were some kinky motherfuckers in this missile silo, bro. Yeah, fool. That's Vietnam music. I told you.
2.
Connor.
Do a flip. I think you got this. If you do a flip, that counts as 3. I'll grab your weight.
So everyone, I believe it comes out this end, but in case I'm mistaken, do not stand behind me. It's old as fuck, guys. Cross your fingers.
Oh yeah, come on. You should aim that bitch up.
Rule number 8. Do not bring fireworks, spray paint, or drugs with you. This goes back to the rule of not doing more than one illegal thing at once. Do not bring fireworks because then it just looks like you're trying to burn something down or destroy something, and don't bring spray paint because first of all, you're supposed to leave the building the way you found it, and second of all, you'll get a brand new vandalism charge. And don't bring drugs because that's also a drug charge, and you make stupid decisions also when you're on drugs. So if you're exploring an abandoned building that has a lot of far drops and sketchy floors, or an abandoned building in general, then you should probably be sober and not drunk or high when exploring it. Plus, you already get an adrenaline high from Urbex. So if you really need drugs to go along with it, then you have a problem with your dopamine receptors and need to focus on long-term goals instead of quick instant hits of gratification. Alright, and now you are done with the urban exploration general rules section. Congrats on learning, but we still gotta talk about the ethical code and other topics you should know about before urban exploring. So stick around for the next abandoned building and I will teach you the secret Urbex code of conduct.
That was crazy. Holy fuck!
Crikey!
Crikey!
Heat test, mate.
Yo! It's hot as fuck in here, man. Okay.
Connor, do your best Yoda.
Suck cock makes me smarter, I am. The force is strong in this one.
I'll wait for when they get into like one area.
Yeah.
And they'll drop it down in the basement. And they'll just start screeching off. They'll freak out.
I'm down, let's do it. Let's do Alright, let's go up top. Oh. Damn.
She burnt out.
Sorry about that.
The wick came out.
Oh. That's not good. We're not doing anything. What's up, y'all? How you doing? Okay, got everyone. Yeah, alright, ready? Yep, got everyone. Alright, tell me one. Yeah, I'm ready. Keep swinging it, keep swinging it. Yeah!
Five on the feet, just need to step. I be all up in the throat like a strap. I don't want a date, I just want sex.
Fire, okay, I think that was good. This is how we doing the photos and shit with the drop. Oh god. It's a vibe.
Bitch, I'm fresher than some Christ. Roll up a blunt, I just bubble you the stress. I be that guy, I be so fly. Smoke me up, bitch, I'm feeling so high. How many bitches you fuck, I'm like why? How many bitches like 3 or 4, 5? I be fuck around with the bad bitches. You fuck
They hit my face.
Chunks. Hold me to lean up, that's a double cup. Bring me 2 bitches, that's a double fuck. Bitch, I always be better. Always got designer on me, always got a cheddar.
Alright, Evan, rate Mr. Silo on 1 to 10.
Oh, dude, like a solid 9.3.
Okay, fuck yeah. What about you, Dawson? Mr. Silo, rate.
I hated it.
You hated it.
I liked it.
What about you, Ben?
Donkey dick.
Donkey dick? Oh.
Donkey dick.
That's a big number right there. That's at least a 10. What about you, Jonah?
What's up?
1 out of 10. Mr. Silo. Experience number 2.
Probably 8.
Alright, bet.
Goddamn playoffs.
Yes, sir, let's go. Yeah, time to get cold as fuck.
Weird how fucking warm it got at the
At the end. I was sweating.
Like when you're caving. When you go caving.
Fucking shit.
Yo, mama texted you. Oh, your cock. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, no, don't give him the snow. That's all of our snow now. Oh, no. You fucked it up. Oh, you see them rock hard abs yours, Evan.
Bro, imagine if they towed our cars, we have to sleep overnight.
What do we do?
Oh, I would cry. Just starts fucking sliding everywhere. Hannah really arched her back for that one. I guess we have to run. Go, Emma. Emma, they're making fucking progress, man. These motherfuckers running and shit. Oh. It's been an animal out here, Ben. We're finally back. We're all slumped as fuck. It's like 3:44. Bo, how you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah. Ben, how you feeling?
Pretty tired. We just survived a missile crisis.
The Cuban missile
crisis.
Tanner, how you feeling?
Barely alive.
Barely made it out the silo before it exploded. It was crazy.
After we got back to Hannah's, I then dropped Dawson off, and then I went straight back to my house and started doing research on more abandoned buildings right away. And that's when I found the next place to explore, and I have been itching to find this place for a very long time. So I did a little bit of research on TikTok, and I found it. It was a crazy abandoned sugar mill, abandoned in the 1970s.
Today's the day that we're going to Denver to go check out an abandoned building. It's called the Great Western Sugar Mill, so I'm very excited to go to that, and I will see you guys out there. Beginning of the journey. What's up, Dawson? How you doing?
Is my nose huge?
Yeah.
Stretched
if I get up, yeah, you ready to explore some abandoned buildings?
Mm-hmm. With my massive schnoz.
You know what they say, Dawson? You know, right? The bigger the nose, the bigger the dick.
Hey, let's go.
That's actually scientifically proven, bro. I'm telling you. Scientifically proven. It is. I swear to God, it's scientifically proven. All right, but we're on our way up to Denver right now to fucking go to the abandoned building. And yeah, we'll see you guys there.
We're gonna have to do some climbing around.
Oh yeah. All right, we got here. It said security and alarm on site, but we don't fucking care. I think we'll be fine.
I always try to park my spot in a place I feel like
Exactly. You gotta find a good spot.
Oh, the kids are already trespassing. Yeah, we chill. We chill.
Yeah, we fine. There's already fucking people.
There's like 12-year-olds just like, yeah, we do this every week.
There's people walking around in that bitch everywhere. Right next to the mailbox.
Yeah, inconspicuous.
Fuck it, I guess. Alright, we're getting the drone set up. Oh, I forgot to put the... Fuck, I had to take the SD card out of my camera and put it in the drone. Alright, well, sorry guys, no more footage for you guys. It's all gonna be in the drone now.
Well, I guess if you have made it this far in the video, then you are ready to become a true urban explorer. And in order to become a true urban explorer, you have to follow an ethical code. And I guess now it's time to teach y'all this ethical code. We will start with what I touched on earlier. First off, leave abandoned buildings and any type of thing you are exploring the same way as it was when you found it. Same principle when hiking in the mountains or in a forest. Leave no trace whatsoever. Don't spray paint or vandalize anything when exploring an abandoned building, and don't bring spray paint with you because that's only going to get you into more trouble if you were caught by the police. And half y'all like suck at spray painting, so why even bring it? Don't steal anything either. I don't know if y'all have seen a video of a freshly abandoned building with nothing stolen out of it, but it's absolutely beautiful. So keep the building the way you found it, and like I said, don't steal or vandalize, because it gives us urban explorers a bad name. And the great urban explorer Panic that I showed you guys earlier into this video taught me a lot of this information, and he also taught me this creed that you guys should drill into your head. Leave nothing but footprints, and take nothing but photographs. And secondly, ask permission to explore abandoned buildings. And I know this goes against everything that I've done, and I know it makes me a hypocrite, and I know a lot of the urban exploring scene is based off of going into buildings illegally. But a lot of the time, if you could find a way to contact the owner, he will probably let you explore the building. This is the best way to go about it because you don't have to worry about all the legal consequences. But sometimes buildings have been so abandoned for so long that the owners really don't care if you explore them. If a building is known to be very abandoned and it has been abandoned for a very long time, then you could probably go in and explore it. But if it's recently been abandoned, then find a way to contact the owner. It just makes everything so much easier. Alright, and now thirdly, leave if asked and be respectful to security guards, police, or the owner of the property if you were asked to leave. No reason to have an attitude on your end whatsoever. At the end of the day, you are on their property and you are not supposed to be there. Fourthly, no breaking and entering because this gives cops more of a reason to arrest you, and you are also vandalizing the building. Find unique entrance points so you can just walk or crawl in and explore. Lastly, treat new explorers with respect and always watch out and keep everyone's safety in your best interest. And don't take stupid risks that outweigh the reward.
Holy fuck, dude. Now let me do a quick cam down. Look at all these brick layers. Holy shit. You got balls of fucking steel.
Alright, now you guys explore responsibly. But the same day I explored the sugar mill, I decided I wanted more, and I was motivated to find more. I wanted to figure out where this abandoned mining town was that I had been searching for a very long time. And after a couple of TikTok searches, because Google wasn't showing me anything, I ended up finding out which town I needed to go to. I made a very quick plan and invited randomly and as quickly as possible. And I got a little group together last minute. And this is the beginning of the craziest and hardest full day of urban exploring I've ever done. So I hope you guys enjoy this footage.
Alright, getting ready to go to the abandoned mining town. We're gonna go up there, hopefully it's gonna be sweet. It's a 3-hour drive, I have everything planned out. Got everything all set up, and definitely gonna have to do a trip in the summertime. But yeah, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be a good time. I look like shit probably, but you know, it's all good. And right now we're just waiting for everyone to get to my house. I'm waiting for Dawson, I'm waiting for Lennox and Evan and Marina and Tavian and everyone, and then we're gonna go. Alright, most of the homies just got here, so I'm gonna go out front. What's up, pimp? I thought you and Lennox were coming together. Man, Lennox is not here, bro. What the fuck? What's up? Good. How you guys doing? You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Yeah.
Firstly, we are going to introduce Tavian. Tavian is a great person that I've known for over 3 years now. I actually first met him because I was trying to date one of his best friends, and we have randomly crossed paths multiple times ever since then. And I'm glad we became closer and solidified a great friend group this year.
Camera, I don't know. This motherfucker is gone.
Daniel was backed up.
The man, the myth, the legend. Got the boys pulling Rudy's. We got the club, we got the club.
We're getting food right now, and then we're gonna go fuck shit up wherever the fuck we're going.
This is Marina. She's the one driving Tavian and Nadine up to the mining town in her shitty Ford Escape. And you will find out why it's shitty later in this video. But I actually met Marina through the same girl that I met Tavian through, and I always thought that she was kind of mean. But then I got to know her recently, and she is honestly one of my favorite people. She has a lot of goals, and she is very driven. And she goes on crazy trips like this with me, so it's a vibe.
Basically, we're fucking stuck because my car's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot.
Yeah, Marina's kind of like in the dark on this one. Yeah.
Since 7 o'clock.
It's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe. Oh yes, sir.
Around here, paying for the caving rations.
I got my breakfast tacos and a Snickers bar.
Literally, if we showed up yesterday, it would have been perfect.
Yeah, honestly. Goddamn, boys, it's starting to get snowy.
Alright, let me turn my back. Crazy.
Oh god.
Crazy.
How you doing, Evan?
Getting tired.
This is the unspoken Riz master, Evan. I met him just last year through one of my best friends, Lennox, and he's always been such a cool guy. He is very nice and understanding, and as the girls say, he has a hot, mysterious vibe to him. But Evan has also experienced a lot of crazy nights with me, and he's a great guy, and I'm very glad to have met him.
Your beanie's right behind you, Evan, I swear. We're not just us.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we missed it. How you doing, Dawson?
I'm chilling. I'm on for the ride. Yo. Damn, cuzzo.
Oh, okay, so we just pulled into the parking spot.
Hold on. Let me do a little inch test.
I wish I got this.
It's up to the fists.
No I'm scared.
Yeah, you can see it scrape. What the fuck? I just started hearing it dig in, bro, and I was like, yep. I was like, we're stuck. We're stuck for sure.
This is perfectly wet snow, so you can just make yourself a little platform.
No way! Evan just found that shit.
Some girl's
This is Lennox. Wait, actually I should probably get a better shot of his face before I introduce y'all to him.
Yeah. Holy shit. Mission full. Guys, there's a whole fucking swing set and shit. This shit's so fucking deep. Oh. Holy fuck, dude.
This is awesome.
Dawson, I'm stuck. You should have brought a sled. Oh, fuck. This is really gonna be something.
Not that heavy.
Oh shit, I'm gonna cause a fucking avalanche. Bro, look at the swings though, they're not fucking there.
How are y'all not sinking through this shit?
If we can get to the fence, we might be able to climb along.
This is Lennox. For real this time. He's my best friend, and he was in my last documentary along with Jonah. But he actually provided a lot of the music for this video, and he's the one that really got me into filmmaking, as I shot my first ever music video for him. Me and him do everything together, and we are both equally driven in our creative passions. He's a brother that I'm very thankful for.
This is too fucking funny, dude.
Oh, you're doing good.
Oh! No way!
Yeah!
Yo! Yo, Dawson. Okay. Dawson's doing it, bro. Oh, Marina's calling me. Hello?
Where are you guys?
Did you find my car?
Yeah.
Okay, so park over there. We're just gonna push the cars out after we're done.
Damn, okay.
Yeah, sorry, we had to get to the mining town because we didn't want to get fucked by the cops.
It's okay.
Okay, bet. I'll see you here soon.
Okay, alright.
Alright, bye.
Baby jacket on.
Yeah, you lead
snow
it.
boots.
That's true, we'll lead it. Yeah, take my backpack. Yep. Okay, time to slide. I'm packing the shit. What the fuck?
I gotta lose it.
Here, take the camera.
Flying it out.
Holy shit, you're walking.
And now I'm sinking.
I'm dizzy as fuck. Just don't break your kneecap. Oh shit, I should have drank more water, twin. Oh shit, there must have went in there. Oh shit, boys! They found cover. They found shelter. What's up, Evan? You made it. What? Taking a piss?
It's ages to get down.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
No.
How y'all doing?
No.
Now this is Nadine. Oh shit, oops. Fuck, I didn't mean to say that. I meant, this is Nadine. I also met her the same way I met Tavian and Marina, and she's one of the nicest people I've ever met. She is very respectable and fun to be around, and she might have wore leggings to the abandoned mining town when I told everyone to dress warm. But she still took the cold like a champ.
No.
How y'all doing?
No.
I'm surprised you guys actually came down here this quick. I'm surprised.
The mini spliff? Yeah. Yo.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we gotta go to that big one for sure. Alright, bet.
It's a big facility.
Yeah. Austin, I have a plan.
What's your plan?
So you see that house right there? It's closer than that one. And then we could work our way through the house, and then we'll be closer to that place. Then we'll work our way into there.
Yeah, it's like a tactic for war.
Alright, bet.
Lock and loaded.
Alright, boys, let's roll out. Holy shit. Oh shit. Bro, imagine like living out.
As you can see, the snow is too deep to walk through, so I had to roll on the ground or scoot on my butt to pack down the snow for everyone else. We had no idea what we were going to do and thought that we drove 3 hours for nothing. I then hatched a little plan that would make it a lot easier to get to house instead of making the big hike through the snow to the big building. So we decided to execute my plan and make our way to the first house. Luckily, some other stupid people in years past also must have come in the wintertime and broke out holes in windows connecting each house together a lot more easier and efficiently. It was a blessing and also a curse, because I hate that people had to destroy this town so much in the coming years. Now here's a map of the whole entire area that we explored in Gilman. And this is not even like half of the town. But this area is as far as we explored because there was just so much goddamn snow. And while showing you the super cool buildings and secrets in this abandoned mining town, we are going to talk about one final topic of urbex. And that topic is the secret societies within urbex, and the secret underground raves and parties thrown in drains, rooftops, and abandoned buildings. And while Denver doesn't have anywhere near as big of an urbex scene as places like California, New York, or Minneapolis, for example, it is still home to a lot of very cool abandoned buildings and urban explorers. We have underground raves here in Denver, also thrown at abandoned buildings, and we have secret urbex groups that have a select group of people in them. And I was lucky enough to come across one of these great explorers For You pages on TikTok, and they ended up hitting me up on my Instagram, asking if I wanted to explore with them. They said there was an abandoned hospital to explore, and I thought the only abandoned hospital that was in Colorado was the one that I had explored. But man, I was sorely mistaken. After building up my confidence and getting over my nerves all day, I drove up to Denver by myself to meet up with people way older than me and whom I've never met before, to then go and explore an abandoned hospital with them. It was nerve-wracking, but so much fucking fun. Before we went into the hospital though, I met up with everyone at a parking garage to scout the building out. And we will start right before I met up with these urban explorers in Denver. Alright, today is the day. About to go mow my lawn, but basically that's not the point. Today is the day that we're gonna go meet a big urban exploration group in Denver, one of the main ones. Yeah, I'm gonna drive all the way up to Denver by myself, meet up with a bunch of random people I've never met before, and then explore a crazy abandoned hospital. So yeah, I'm nervous as shit. Oh god, I'm so nervous. Alright, on our way to Denver. Yeah, we going up right now. We're supposed to be there at 5:30, and the traffic is not the best. I don't know, hopefully I can get through all this stuff pretty quickly, but we'll see what happens. But whole different type of vibe compared to the abandoned hospital here, so it's gonna be crazy, man. I'm so excited, but nervous at the same time. All right, we just made it into the parking garage, swapped over to the camera. We're gonna meet up with them here. I don't know where they're at right now, but I think they're on the top floor, so I'm gonna go up there and see if we can find them real quick. All right, this shit's beautiful, honestly. There looks like to be a fucking shit ton of abandoned buildings over there. All right, we're almost there. We're on the 5th floor. They're on the 6th floor, so see if we can find them. Oh. And there's the criminals themselves. Fuck yeah. What's up, everyone? Yeah, what's your name, brother? What was it? Ren, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys.
What's up, man? Garrett.
Nice to meet you, bro. I'm Connor. So Ren, Garrett, Grim. What's your name?
I'm Gabby.
Gabby, nice to meet you. What's your name? Jay, nice to meet you. I'm Connor.
I have my speaker in here.
What was it? Kelsey, I'm Connor. Nice to meet you.
Oh, man. That's
all right.
Genuine crew. We haven't had this in a while.
This is beautiful.
We're gonna go behind that garage that's on the farthest thing with the wood and stuff. We're gonna go behind that, and there's entrances that way. The one I just heard from 14-year-olds, I don't know if that's true.
Reliable.
I'm gonna do that first. Me and Garrett can see if that's true.
We're almost approaching the normal meetup site. FYI, if you're worried about your face, there's a Navy camera too now.
Don't worry about that.
Alright.
It's like wide open.
Oh shit. Thank you, boys. Be safe. Fucking wild.
Well, that's convenient. We don't.
That is true. What the fuck, man? This is insane. Smart man. Alright.
There we go.
Yes, sir. Man's got the big JBL.
After meeting everyone, the guy that hit me up to come on this awesome exploration mission with the name of Grim went over how we were going to get into the hospital. Everyone then talked for a little while about the plan, and then it was time to get in. All the people that we are breaking into the hospital with are actually members of a secret urban exploration group called the Bureau of Exploration. These people are the most dedicated people I've ever met to the hobby, and they have done some crazy things that I hope to do one day too. They have rappelled off of buildings and into missile silos to get to new locations. They have traveled the world with the sole purpose to exploring crazy places like Russia and China to find insane looking abandoned structures. And they have documented hundreds of caves, tunnels, rooftops, and abandoned spots over the span of 4 years since the Bureau's creation in 2019. Go check out their Instagram page. The amount of work they put into their photos is absolutely nuts. Garrett, the one explorer with the pirate hat, is the person behind the majority of these amazing photos. Go check them out, and the Bureau out. They deserve it for the amount of work that they put in.
Broke your wrist?
Yeah.
So how'd you fall? Like, what just happened with that?
My light went out, and my friends were literally like where you're at, right?
Yeah.
Just full right here.
And they didn't say anything, and then just, no way. That's wild. That missile silo was kind of a death trap as well.
Yeah.
Same with that sugar mill.
The one in Longmont?
Yeah, that thing's like, there's so many holes.
Now, this is another urban explorer with the name of Ren. His first abandoned building he ever explored was actually the abandoned missile silo, and he ended up breaking his wrist after falling a super far height in the silo, and he still somehow has the balls to explore after that. Ren also takes some really cool photos like Garrett, and he has absolutely no fear when it comes to heights, and it baffles me. He was walking on all sorts of edges on the top of the hospital, while I barely scooted up to the edge of the building while getting lightheaded and dizzy. But check out his stuff too. There's an insane number of these unique groups all over the world. There is full communities and events just for urban exploration in some places, and a lot of famous people and people you would never expect are actually urban explorers and are a part of these underground communities. Urbex is all around you, and it is under almost everyone's noses, and no one even realizes it. There's probably an abandoned building just a mile away from you that is a routine hangout spot for many people. And there was probably a night when you were driving or walking around downtown where there was people exploring and climbing buildings right above you, and you didn't even notice. This is a reason why Urbex is so special, because it is so secret. And another main reason why Urbex is special is because people really can't turn Urbex into a business and exploit it, because a majority of urban exploring is illegal. And people aren't going to show up to a safe guided tour of an abandoned building, because the whole fun of exploring something new and unseen and the fun of doing something illegal is completely taken away. And that's why TikTok and Instagram is ruining Urbex. People are profiting off exploiting vulnerable places, and they manage to turn Urbex into a business. And that's not the point of urban exploration at all. But anyways, now that you know about the secret societies and groups within Urbex, I'm going to allow you to watch the great moments that me and the Bureau of Exploration shared together while exploring the rest of this crazy 10-story abandoned hospital.
That was some kid's Make-A-Wish gift. I guess I'll take it, yeah. I'll take a Bionicle.
It's not like if we get caught
That's what I'm
afterwards,
saying,
they're going to be like, well, where'd you
so, these Bionicles, huh?
You're under arrest for Bionicles.
Oh yeah, it smells in this John. What the fuck? Man's
6'5". So we are not alone, guys. Anyways, this was the police station area. Some of these were booking areas.
Okay.
And you can find that.
Crazy shit. Oh god. Oh, that's trippy.
Respiratory?
Oh shoot. Yeah, pull yourself. Yo.
Fucking Christ.
Oh god, oh god.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know if you're breathing that in, brother. Get out, get out, get out. This is the fucking glory hole. Damn. Oh my god.
Why these niggas talking fucking shit? I told them pipe down, I don't need no little bitch. I feel that bitch, they don't shit cat. Pull up in a scat. Windows tinted all black. Bulletproof and all that.
Oh, this room's nuts. Huh. Oh, slide it open. Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Ah! Oh fuck! Man, what the fuck? Man, what the fuck?
You gotta open it.
I'm not opening it. The grim's in there.
That scared the fuck out of it.
See ya.
Hello?
This is crazy.
This is wild. I didn't know this.
Oh shit!
Anyway. That's the ladder we'd climb. We go here and then we enter right through there.
Oh. Fuck yeah. Smart. Oh no. Crazy. Does this say malaria?
Yeah.
This is malaria on it? No fucking.
I'm holding malaria right now.
No way. That's terrifying. What the fuck? My boy! How's this thing?
Let me the fuck out, man!
How the fuck does this thing even. What the?
That's the lower roof. The one you want is through there and take a right and then flip up there.
Alright, bet. Holy shit! Holy fuck! Wow. That view is something else.
They don't advertise it anywhere. It's a sweet spot. Throw the barbecue in here. Have a little grill out.
Yo, get it! Oh shit, yo! Oh, what? That's crazy! Motherfuckers are hanging! Oh no! Yo! Oh, that's a.
So you guys go something or something? No,
Just
just wandering around.
Yeah, check it
Now
out.
we're just heading out, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah? I think it was, yeah, because we were in April earlier. And
Catch you later. See ya. Good meeting you. Oh shit.
Dude, I want to see that video. That's gonna be dope. What was I on?
I think we're on 6. Yeah.
And after a long day of exploring and after encountering a copper and parts scrapper, we decided to leave the hospital. We then got back to the parking garage and almost everyone parked on different levels of the garage, besides Garrett. So, me and him walked to our cars together and talked about future exploration missions and then went our separate ways. And I hadn't felt that happy after exploring an abandoned building in such a long time. It was such a good feeling. And I realized that it was such a good feeling because I took such a big risk. And I did something that I was very scared to go out and do. And it ended up working out and being one of the best days of urban exploring that I've ever done. But everything can't always go perfect. So now we're going to go back to the hardest day of urban exploring that I have ever done. So you could see what can go wrong and the challenges you may face while exploring. And after this, we will go over the final topic of this video. And that is why people are so psychologically drawn towards urban exploring.
Yeah, Marina just floats on that snow. Alright, got everyone. Why did someone have to break holes in the wall? Fucking bitches.
Oh, damn. Dude, this wood flooring is fucked.
Yo, Nadine, how is it? How is it?
Good.
Good. How's it taking?
Pretty good.
Felt
once, you know, but...
Yeah. Only once?
Not platinum, you know what I'm saying?
He said fell once. Not the shitter. I had to go poo.
Learning this door, honestly.
What? What?
Look at this shit.
That's fucking sick.
Look at that.
No way.
Yo, your shitter.
Yes, it's
attached. It's attached.
This place would be so fucking sick. What? There's soap? This is crazy.
Damn.
There's another upstairs.
I bet. That's sick. What the fuck? They have like a whole bunch of shops over there. The toilet. Why are we smashing the toilet? Piss me off. Look at his crop top.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah. He needs to stay warm.
They probably burn people in that hole.
Someone went in there?
Yes, was there not somebody just behind me? I swear
No.
to God, guys, my door just fucking creaks. I'm not even lying right now.
Yo, that's fucking wild.
Fuck this.
And to the next building we go. Shit, what's up? I found you. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. And you crazy for doing this in leggings, bro.
I'm not cold.
That's fucking crazy. You're a legend. Yo. Whoa. Yo, we're vibing in the living room. The living room's nice. Look at the view. Yeah, next target acquired. The building over there. Time. Yeah, I think we're better off going the other way. This whole entire fucking porch is just fucked. Yeah, I got the window. That porch is... Nice, got us a sled. Whole drawer. Oh, the drawer. Oh God. Yeah, no, pick it up.
That's not gonna help.
Bruh. He threw it too far. He threw it too far.
I can hang on it.
Damn! That's a one sturdy ass cabinet.
And I'll make it like they used to.
Two. Okay. Yo! Floor's lava, guys! Whoa.
After finally scooting our way down throughout all the side houses, we then were able to make a small trek over to the big building that we wanted to explore in the first place.
Howie! You good, Daddy?
Daddy's not good.
No. Yo, this is fucking sick! Whole office building! No.
Half the buttons are gone, but like...
Some fucker ripped it off like a bitch. What?
They broke into the safe.
That was the treasure, bro. We missed it. Ward got to it before us.
Damn it, Dobby.
Evan, I found a mitt for you too. Evan, I passed like 5 fucking jackets that you could have fucking worn and be nice and comfy in.
He likes the crop. Who knows what's inside of it?
You could literally, you could tell by the handwriting in the print.
No one, then...
11/9/55.
Yeah, see, that's from fucking 1955.
What up?
Have you guys been down there yet?
There's something down there?
Yeah.
Oh shit. What? I found the vault.
You're lying.
Nothing. Walls are all concrete and everything.
Floor is just full
of drill samples.
Drill samples. Oh, there we go.
GR Spectro.
It's like highly toxic.
We just threw a stone at the wall.
Why are you throwing stones at fucking walls? There's another one. Every urban exploration gone wrong turned into gay porno. Please don't suck my dick. We got the setup going. Dawson's got the drone. Nice. Oh, there she goes.
Bro, it's so bright here.
Oh, that's tight as fuck. So yeah, if we keep on following the buildings all the way down, dude, look how many buildings are down there. Oh, that's good.
Almost what got Tristan single. If you don't ball like him or Kobe, guaranteed that bitch gonna leave you. Hey, time is extremely valuable. And I'm
No way. That's sick. How the fuck am I gonna hit the slide? Ah!
And now we encountered a roadblock, and there wasn't a direct connection between buildings. But thankfully, there was just a random handrail like sitting up through the snow that we could just scoot along to the next building.
Leaving some homies behind. Look at this fucking, this is so cool because like a kitchen back here.
Nadine, what's going on?
Alright Nadine, I'll see you later. Don't die. Okay, cool.
Are you sure you're okay over there alone? We'll find you. This is Iris.
The only melted area, what the fuck? You have a fire started?
Yeah, it's so cool.
No fucking way. No, he fucking. Fucking hell. Shit.
Oh my god, my hand.
That's so nice.
You gotta know.
He got the dogs. Got a piece of wood.
This is bad.
Come on.
I thought you were capping.
I'm getting Nadine. We got a fire, come over here. It's all good, we got it in a bucket, we're fine. We could like cover up the bucket at any time.
Can I go down it like this?
Yeah, just slide down on your butt and
Oh, my hands now.
yeah, Nadine. Oh shit, twin. Yo, okay. Yeah, and then come down here. Okay. We got the chimney window right there too. It's perfect.
Fiery ass shoe right there.
Dawson fucking covered it up. Oh shit. How was the basement, guys? What would you rate that experience?
Pretty good, yeah. Without the fire though, yeah.
7 out of 10, yeah. I missed the fire.
10 out of 10, I really missed the fire.
Fire was hot.
Yeah.
Chili con gate.
Oh, the box is going away. Alright, let's tool. Alright, we did it. Yo, what the fuck, man? This is fucking. Yo, this is so cool.
And after warming up and putting out the fire, we then decided to keep on pushing to more buildings. But half of our group was actually still pretty cold, so only me, Dawson, and Marina ended up going any further. We thought that we were in an old school, but we were actually in a bowling alley / recreation center for the town.
I'm gonna get my acting on.
Just kidding, guys. This is
Yo!
Oh, it's a skate
ramp, yeah.
They turned into a skate ramp, bro. Imagine skating here.
Yo, the kids got skate.
What the fuck? The piggy. Yo, the fucking.
Yo, we gotta take that thing home.
That's fucking crazy. Hey, hit that shit, dude. Like, look at that view, dude. Yo.
So pretty.
What? Alright, we decided not to go any farther. We're heading back now. Yo, we're gonna. Yo! Oh no! Yo, let's do it! Okay. Yo. Oh, Nadine. Alright, time for the journey back. Finally finished up. It's cold as fuck.
We then decided to make our way back as everyone was really cold and we were all pretty drained from the amount of exercise we were doing.
What the fuck? Yo. Alright, have a jump. I'm sorry. Oh shit, man. We did a whole fucking route to get back. I'm tired as fuck.
We all then finally got back up to the road and then got to our cars, which we thought were stuck in the snow. But thankfully, both of our cars got out pretty easily. Besides Marina's. And you know how I said earlier that Marina's Ford Escape was kind of a piece of shit? Well, after driving for only about 20 minutes, we then got a call from Nadine saying that Marina's car made a really bad noise and it won't drive anymore. And Marina had to contact her mom, but her phone was actually in my trunk in my backpack, and I had no idea that it was still in there.
We made it. We made it. Boys.
I did recording too.
I had to for the one time. Alright, guys.
Put them in your mouth. Give them what she said.
Going to Buena Vista. About to cop some food. Well, no, we have to go this way.
We gotta go back.
Yeah. Well, guys, Marina got
a mission.
Yeah.
Ain't got no gas in it. Ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, Marina's car broke, so now we're gonna go pick them up. They're getting towed to a nearby town, thankfully by some random people, and we're gonna pack this shit.
This little bitty car. There they go. She waved out the window.
Waved out the window.
Oh, she hit him.
I mean, she's using it. No, she's using it. She's balling out. Marina's like that.
Tickling it. Oh, he yanked it hard. When he pulled that thing, you just hear.
Oh, she's sliding. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, she hit it. She's like holding her face and her mouth in the mirror. You see that?
God damn, this boy's a real one. Oh, yeah, ski patrol?
Yeah, basin.
Fuck yeah.
No, I'm actually on the can.
Did he pull the can out and show you?
No,
or no, it's like...
fucking, I got his Instagram. So he goes, y'all trying to, y'all want more weed?
Found it. Yeah, we got the tool set. Successful. Bobbing over to the whip. Yeah. Good shit. I'll catch you later, Clint. Yeah.
After buying parts to disconnect Marina's battery and then checking the engine to see if anything was out of place or disconnected, we then realized that Marina's car was not going anywhere.
I think the engine blew up. Yeah, I don't think that shit's going anywhere.
So we ended up getting food from the Safeway right next to us, and then we realized we had to leave Marina's car in the parking lot 3 hours away from our home. The cost to tow her car back to the Springs was about like $1,500, so we weren't going to do that, and we just fit everyone in my car and drove back.
The tow truck plan failed, so now we're fucking, what the fuck we're doing? We're pushing the whip into the parking spot, and her parents and her are gonna get the car tomorrow.
Run someone over.
That's good. Let's let go. Yo.
He looking in my eyes, thought he was a deer. Slap a fat bitch for calling me stupid. I don't love bitch, I ain't fucking Cupid.
Alright, we're packing everyone in. Last resort. Someone just sit on someone's fucking lap. We're friends. It doesn't fucking matter.
Oh shit, sorry.
Is everyone in?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the checkup video. Lennox is fucking zooted. Wait, where did Nadine go? Oh. Alright, we got an hour and 45 minutes left. I know, right? They'll wake us up. Goddamn, players. We made it. We made it.
Finally home.
A little 3-hour drive. Yeah. Well, now we got everyone at the cut.
Keep running out to the car to go get some. I don't want to be hammered and be like.
Nadine's dead as fuck. Alright, Jade, say hello. How you doing? Yo, we're gonna check how oh shit.
Set up everything.
You can do backflips back.
Tom Cruise. That's kind of sick, not gonna lie. This is so cool.
Let's just watch Mean Girls.
2, 1.
Oh,
wait.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.
I still won.
I call recall.
Car race.
Loser takes shots.
Loser take shots. My bet is on the yellow Bumblebee.
Peyton's the Bumblebee. I'm the Aston Martin. All right, let's get it.
Ready?
Yep.
Set. Go.
Oh shit! Oh no! Oh! Pussy! Bye! Bye! Bye, Jared! Bye, homie! Shit!
Dude, Dayton's a cool ass motherfucker.
Oh, I know. I love that motherfucker. It's 3 a.m. Daylight savings hit. It was only supposed to be 2 a.m. Then daylight savings hit. Now it's 3. And now we're going home, heading off the day. Shit was crazy. I don't know how the fuck I survived. Don't step on my camera, twin.
What up, guys? It's awesome to see all of y'all's beautiful faces this far into the video, but I have to stop it right here because I have to warn you guys of some very serious scenes and topics that we are going to be covering in the end of this video. And I'm going to lay all the topics out for you, and if any of them seem too triggering or traumatic, then go ahead and click off the video right now. And I'll make this quick so we can get back to the video. But these scenes are completely scripted and fictional and were performed in controlled environments where nobody was hurt. Do not recreate any of these fictional scenes. Depictions of suicide and self-harm and talk of suicide and self-harm are meant to raise awareness on mental health and suicide and self-harm. And there will be suicide prevention services all laid out in the description of this video, or you could call this number right here. Do not be afraid to reach out. I am not glamorizing suicide, and all the guns in this video are props. This is shown for educational purposes only. And after that day, you may ask yourself, why does this dude even urban explore? Well, I'm going to be real with y'all for a second now, and tell you why we, as a society, explore, and the main reason that I do too. In today's world, the whole planet has almost been entirely explored, and it can be a little off-putting that there's nothing left to find and to search for that someone else hasn't already seen. But urban exploration reimagined that concept, as most of these abandoned buildings have secrets a lot of people don't know about because society tried to keep everything so maintained. So seeing things in their decrepit and abandoned state is a view only taken in by very few eyes. The feeling you get to search out new information all while risking your freedom by breaking the law is a thrilling one, and it keeps people hooked to urban exploration. It almost releases the inner child in us. It allows our curious brains to be set free, all while rewarding our ancient exploration instincts that are hardwired into our human brain. Exploring an abandoned building is also a nice breath of fresh air as you end up in a different reality from your own, and it allows you to escape for a little while. You are in a time capsule or a time machine basically. You get to see the world as it is and see how nature really affects man-made structures when nobody is taking care or maintaining them. It's almost like going on a hike because you get to see something that ordinary people don't exactly take the time to see, and you find new territory, and it's so refreshing. And the people that are able to find these urban secrets are surprisingly a lot different than the average person because they're able to overcome their instinctive, primitively evolved fears of the unknown, like the dark, tight spaces, heights, and other potentially lethal situations. These people are more survival ready than anyone stuck in a safe routine doing a safe job ever will be. And these people are us. But sadly, not all urban explorers are good people. And this is just like what you would find in any other hobby or profession. But the thing with urbex is that what we are doing is already perceived as morally wrong. And if you are vandalizing, stealing, and breaking and entering on top of that, then we are going to be perceived as even worse people. And this is where we get to a topic that I really didn't want to have to talk about in this video. But I'm just going to be transparent. Urbex is becoming even morally wrong than ever before, and worst of all, it's becoming cringe. And I know cringe as a word itself is fucking cringe, but let me explain. I've been urban exploring for almost a full decade of my life. I really didn't fall in love with the hobby until 6 years ago, but I have been doing this for long enough to sadly see what the hobby is becoming. Just very recently, with TikTok and Instagram Reels becoming commonplace, the urbex scene has expanded more than I thought it ever could. Almost everyone, either in college or high school, has seen someone in an abandoned building or in some crazy tall building either through TikTok, Instagram, or YouTube, with half of them using some stupid sound saying, "I put in the work. While you're sleeping, I work. No one is willing to do what I do. I'm different. I'm better than everyone else." And because of all of this, the special touch Urbex had is slowly starting to die out. Everyone is starting to do it now, and everyone has such easy access to cameras and social media nowadays that these buildings and cool spots are getting posted everywhere. Nothing feels special anymore. And it's like the one thing that made us feel special so long ago is now just a common thing young people do. A majority of these people posting about Urbex, calling themselves Urbex CEOs, just started their page no less than a year or two ago. They hopped on a trend and they are reaping the rewards of it. And by rewards, I mean meaningless views that most of them won't realistically bring anywhere. The cringy thing about these new explorers is that they have no morals or principles, and they break a lot of shit to be able to enter buildings in the first place. And worst of all, they steal things from buildings or destroy the beauty of the building with their horrible spray painting. But it's not just super old abandoned buildings, sometimes it's buildings that still are in business and owned by people. And the funny thing is, they brag about breaking and entering and doing all this stupid shit like they are the coolest people on the planet, when in reality they are stupid, low-life criminals that basically get nothing out of what they do besides views and crazy adrenaline highs. Remember what we talked about earlier, don't take a risk if it outweighs the reward. And a lot of the time in Urbex, the risk outweighs the reward 100% of the time. And that's why you should honestly not urban explore. What you gain from exploring some random abandoned building with nothing but death traps and cancer-causing substances is a shorter life and short-term fun. Unless you're a Urbex influencer that documents these buildings so other people could see them instead of going into them themselves, then there's realistically no reason to explore. Anyways, all while these unethical criminal influencers are dragging the name of urban exploration in the mud, a lot of them also climb radio towers and get very close to super dangerous radio waves with absolutely zero PPE, which will in turn give you a way higher possibility of getting cancer than any sort of asbestos in a building. And yes, I'm aware I've done some stupid shit, a lot of which I showed you in this video. And I showed you all the stupid shit I did because I wanted to set an example for you guys. Don't do what I did. But thankfully, I never went to the extent that these stupid Urbex influencers did it. A main principle in life and Urbex is to always have a plan and to not think with your emotions. And a majority of these people do just that. And those people and other stupid people that post on TikTok and Instagram honestly make me hate filmmaking. I don't even want to do what I love sometimes because people like this getting worshipped for putting in almost zero work and doing unethical activity. They make me hate the stupid influencer persona more than I already did. They make me hate social media, and they made me start to hate what I love to do. And it hurts to have something you put so much time and effort into start to feel worthless. To see other people succeed with videos that they put much less work into than I did, and to not to be favored by the algorithm. And a lot of my videos deserved attention, but I just wasn't lucky. So I tried to repost and stay consistent, but that also didn't work. Every time I posted, it ended up in a bunch of internet video vomit in the sea of wannabe influencer videos. Everyone thinks they could become a YouTuber or an influencer in today's society, and I could see why. It's just so damn glamorized. These influencers post the best parts of their lives, and people want that lifestyle. And the main reason I'm doing these videos is to spread a good message and information to people, and to be financially stable. But right now, this influencer market is so oversaturated and cringe, it makes me just want to quit. But hopefully, this social media shit starts to slowly die out as anti-social media movements become more popular, and people start to realize the negative effects social media has on the brain. And of course, there's a lot of educational benefits to social media, and people are able to share whatever opinions or ideas that they want, and that is great. But is that information really worth our mental health? Well, that's up to you to decide. And don't tell me you would rather have a bunch of random stuff shoved in your face, because the reality is you never wanted to know that information in the first place, because you never bothered to look it up in the first place. And it's not like you're going to do anything with the majority of the information besides see it and forget about it in a couple days or even hours later. But the random TikTok stuff is good, Connor, and the news on TikTok wakes people up. But do people really need to be woken up? yet alone do they want to be? If these people weren't already doing their own research and waking up before TikTok times, then they really didn't want to be woken up in the first place. Bliss is happiness. The less we know, the better. It's not like we do anything with this somewhat good information we are given. We sit on our ass and do nothing with it here in America. We just let shit happen. Knowledge is nothing without action. And knowledge is a blessing, but it is also a curse. Knowing the truth about this cruel world is not something I wish I ever knew. It leads to overthinking and stress and a sense of hopelessness for the rest of the world as we know it. And the reality of this world is of course based off of the individual's perception. Perception is everything, and people tend to forget that. Some people might look at something a little harder than you do in your neighborhood, and that one thing may define the way they view and perceive everything on your block. All while you drive by that same thing every day and don't even think twice about it or even notice it. And a lot of that has to do with how you were raised, and everyone was raised differently. So morals and the way people see certain objects, people, races, and places is different among everyone. That's why it's so hard to actually win an argument or to find someone you agree with on everything, or to find someone just like you, because we were all destined from the start to live our own lives. And while thinking we are living our own lives, a majority of people were forced to live somebody else's life, and they don't even know it. A lot of people just accept the way their life is and do nothing to change it. And that's why Urbex is so special, because it allows those types of people an easy way to change the way they think, and then even their life in a mental, spiritual way. But we don't want everyone quitting their 9-to-5s and shitty jobs, because those jobs and those people are good for society in a lot of ways. We need people doing the jobs that people don't want to work, or else our society would just simply fall apart. And a lot of these quote-unquote woke people can't survive without their precious fast food either. And yet they still praise being woke and try to convert everyone to thinking like they do. Like, bro, you do realize by doing that you were trying to get rid of the one thing that keeps you alive? So, this whole wokeness movement and calling people NPCs movement is just stupid. We are all people at the end of the day, and a majority of us do something positive for our society. But the funny thing is with this woke movement is that a majority of those woke people believe everything they see on TikTok. And they call normal people NPCs when they themselves are the NPCs for getting brainwashed by TikTok. And think about it, the more woke people in this world, the harder life becomes for you. You don't want everyone to become self-aware, because then you have to work a lot harder to do anything. And by cutting out social media, you spare a lot of the psychological trauma you get from watching TikTok and Instagram Reels, and life becomes a little easier. You also get rid of the unnecessary drama that you have to deal with people cyberbullying and attacking people for what they post on their account. This is why things like urban exploration exist, so we can escape societal standards and drama. But now, Urbex has become the very thing it was meant to destroy. It became a thing people do just for TikTok likes. It became more dangerous, and it became fucking pointless, and it fucking sucks. Just talking about it all right now makes my heart beat faster, and it makes me start to sweat, start to feel hopeless and worthless. Urban exploring was one of the few escapes I had, and now even my video stuff is becoming worthless. Was it really all for nothing?
Alright, come close. Let me show you everything I know. The jungle sign. spinning round my head and I stare. One more naked fool, fresh out of a Nikki gooey room, a woozy ooze, ropes up on her silky smooth perfume.
Well, maybe I don't want to jump anymore. It's just so damn peaceful up here. There is beauty within urban exploration, a beauty that has kept me alive. The reason why I made this video is to teach people the right way to urban explore, and to teach people the reasons not to urban explore. There's nothing too much you're missing out on by not doing it, trust me. But I posted this video in hopes that this helps the urbex scene grow a little more in a positive direction. And by growing the urbex scene more, this will get the trend to eventually crash. And urbex should be what it used to be a couple years from now, with people growing up and social media hopefully not being as relevant and posting as much urbex content. The thing that sucks about this though is that we have to wait. And waiting isn't really a thing urban exploring can do. And this is because there has been a big surge of people going urban exploring. And along with that big surge of people comes a huge amount of arrests and tickets given to explorers. And that leads to more security and police awareness to the hobby. Buildings will be locked down even tighter, and a lot of these buildings will be demolished because too many people getting caught going into them. And since a majority of the abandoned buildings were shut down because of asbestos and stupid mining and nuclear practices, there will be even less abandoned buildings in the future because of advancements in technology. So again, why do I even urban explore in the first place? Well, I urban explore to feel alive. I urban explore to push the boundary and to scare myself. I urban explore to feel something. It makes the pressure of society go away and it allows one to be free. So yeah, if you want to risk everything just to feel alive for a little bit, be my guest. I know I did it, but it's really not worth it in the end. There is just too much risk, and a lot of those risks are out of your control. And you don't want to be 1 second exploring a cool building with your friends to then another second falling through the floor. And by the time you hit the ground, your brain still hasn't processed if that was truly even happening. And then gone. One thing that urban exploration has taught me is that I'm not invincible. Urbex brought my mortality back into my body. I haven't been sitting in my room every night thinking about death since I was like 14. I don't want to die, and I can't imagine dying anymore. And that's a lot coming from someone that used to imagine putting a gun to his head every day and taking all the horrible pain away. And it gets hard, man. So fucking hard. Everything will just be going against you. You will try your best with the little amount of energy you have because you're just so fucking depressed. And you will still disappoint, fail, let down, break down, and finally give up. But before you give up for good, you remind yourself of everything, fucking everything that you have that's good in your life. You remind yourself of the miracles, and the friends, and the family, and the love, and the people that you think don't care about you, but secretly do. You remind yourself that being able to live and experiencing consciousness is the biggest blessing in this whole entire universe. But after reminding yourself all of that, and way more reasons to live, you remember the pain has existed for as long as you could remember. You don't look back and visit the old places and good memories because the bad in your life is the only thing that exists in your head. You think about the good times, sure, but the only thing you could think about in that moment is that the good times are over and you will never be that happy again. And you go hang out with friends and act like everything is fine. And you go do drugs to feel something again, but to also communicate to other people that you are not okay. And no one listens, no one sees you, and no one hears you because drugs were normalized around you and around almost everyone else in society. Alcohol isn't that bad, everyone drinks it. Coke isn't that bad, it's just expensive. At least you're not doing meth. And while everyone else tries to justify their drug usage, you cry out for help while filling the holes in your heart with little lines and meaningless times that make you feel somewhat whole in the moment. But you forgot that your heart still has holes in it and that it will be empty the very next day. So you fill your heart. You cover up the holes just long enough to distract yourself from what's really happening. You drive your car recklessly fast, party 24/7, and explore abandoned buildings, taking unnecessary risks to escape from society for a little while. You keep on filling your heart, not allowing it to go empty, and heal your wounds. And eventually, one day, there is no party to go to. There is no car to drive. There is no friends to hang out with. And there is little to no lines to fill the holes in your heart anymore. And on that day, your heart goes empty. And since you have been filling the holes for so long, your heart has had no time to heal, and the holes got even bigger. Those pits of emptiness in your heart were filled for so long, and they got so big that your heart and brain couldn't comprehend what it was like to be empty again. You hyper-focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's the bad. You try and remind yourself of the good times that you had in your life, but you spent so much time escaping all your sadness and problems that they built up exponentially, and now there was no more room in your brain to think about the good times. You were in a thunderstorm, unable to think clearly, unable to see through the electricity, in the rain, and all of a sudden the thunder gets louder and louder, and the electric current builds and builds in your brain. The rain blurs your vision, and now all you're stuck with is the thunder. The thunder and the gun in your room. The gun that you keep in your room for self-defense. The gun that you got because you were raised in a country where there's more guns than people in it. So you had to get one to ensure your own safety. But you never really realized that having a gun around you increases the likelihood of you getting shot. And little did you know that the person that you were defending yourself from was you. The thunder echoes throughout your brain even louder. You pick up the gun and put it to your head. And without even thinking, you decide to rip off the band-aid. You hesitate a little before, but you decide you have to do it. And like cliff jumping, or like putting your shoulder back into place, or like committing to a backflip, you just do it. The electricity in your brain gets bright. So bright it lights up the whole sky. And then the lightning strikes. A single pull of a trigger and it's all over. And to think if the gun didn't go off the first time they pulled the trigger, then they probably would have chose to keep on living. I tried helping my friends and other people in my last documentary by preaching suicide prevention and awareness and showing why life was so precious and worth living. But I failed. I fucking failed, because 1 month after I posted that video, one of my friends that I fucking looked up to and that I fucking saw as an older brother ended up taking his own life. I still haven't even began to process or to fathom that you were truly gone, because I saw so much in the future for us. You were there when I got my first real job as a valet at the Broadmoor, and you trained me and treated me as a brother. And you were there when I went into my first year of college, and I was struggling to fit in, so you reached out to me along with another good friend, and you told me to join the fraternity you were in. You were the person who contacted me when I got my bid, and the person whose house I went to be interviewed by you. You gave me life advice and helped me throughout school and made sure I would be one of the guys that made it into the fraternity when other brothers didn't like me too much. And even when I dropped out of the fraternity, you were still there for me. I would see your bright blue Jeep almost everywhere around town and say what's up. And I pulled up to your friend's house on my motorcycle that one time. And you told me that day that you were going to get one too. And you did end up getting one. And we just started riding together, and you were there for me in the darkest time of my life. You were there giving me as much help and assistance and offering to call a tow truck when my childhood best friend got in a motorcycle accident and broke his wrist on a ride with us. You asked me to ride, and you asked me to ride, but my bike was broken and making a weird noise, so I told you I would ride with you after I fixed it. And I put off fixing it, and I put off fixing it, and I fucking put off fixing it. And that's gotta be one of the biggest regrets of my life. That I was too fucking lazy to fix my bike and go riding with you. I had footage of us riding on my old GoPro, but it sunk at the bottom of a fucking lake, so I ended up getting my scuba license just so I could go get that footage back off my GoPro. And I want to do that this summer. I want to relive those times that we had together one last time. You were a beautiful ass motherfucker, man. You were beautiful, and you had so much to live for, homie. And I'm sorry we let you down. I miss you so much.
Yeah.
I hope you're doing well up there, brother. Rest easy. I fucking miss you. Justin was best friends and brothers with so many people, and I can't imagine how those people were affected by his loss, and I wish he would have realized how many people cared about him at such a deep level. He had a lot of amazing guys around him all the time from his fraternity, and I'm sorry to everyone hurt by this. No matter what pain you are going through, it doesn't last forever. Trust me. My depression started at the beginning of COVID and isn't starting to noticeably end till very recently. And like I said before, I would think about putting a gun to my head constantly. And while I was driving sometimes, I would just drive directly into things and drive towards the edge of a bridge or the edge of a cliff. But last second, I thankfully would correct it. I didn't have what it took to rip off the fucking Band-Aid. And I'm glad. Now, those terrible thoughts are almost non-existent. And I never thought it would be that way. I never thought happiness could re-enter my life. I never thought I could feel as I did when I was younger ever again. But I did, and I am. And I really hope it stays for a long time, because something else might happen that derails my poor heart, and it could send me right back to where I was a couple weeks ago. But for right now, I'ma pray for the best. I have to remind myself that I'm just one regular ass person that can accomplish extraordinary things. There is nothing different from me and you, besides I like to just try everything. And while trying everything, I became good at a lot of things, and I also found something that I became addicted to, became obsessed with, and became in love with. And that's filmmaking. But it's also making music, writing, hanging with my friends, hiking, riding my motorcycle, traveling, expressing myself, getting out of my comfort zone, and living my fucking life. And sure, urbex is a great thing to do to escape, but you don't need to fucking escape all the time. If you spend all your time escaping instead of facing your problems head on one at a time, then one day all the problems and sadness you ever had is going to build up to a point that you break. So, I encourage you to feel sad, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with feeling fucking sad. And we should be just as grateful for the sad days as the happy days, because life would be meaningless without sadness and pain. Everyone has been sad, and a majority of the people around you are sad, but they are just putting on a show to seem like they are happy. So don't be ashamed to be sad. But also, don't confide in sadness, because being sad and being depressed is easy. Being depressed is an excuse for you not to do something, and an excuse for you to not put in 100%. Be sad, but at one point you gotta realize when you have it good, and that you shouldn't be sad anymore. Kick bad habits, stay off your phone for a majority of the day, fix your sleep schedule, eat a little healthier, try not to abuse substance, and get a little exercise. I know, it can be fucking hard to do, but if you really can't kick your depression, and if you would rather take your own life rather than putting in a little bit of the initial work to start these helpful routines, then you are confused. Take the logical way to take your happiness back and become a better person in the process. You got this shit. And if you really need to, go climb a fucking building, or go explore an old abandoned building, or just do something that no one else would do. Let go of social media and drugs for a little while and just escape through urbex. We can't always escape, but we also can't always stay in reality. Sometimes you have to take breaks and relax a little bit for your mental health to recover. And life is really all about finding an escape that is beneficial to you. Those escapes for me are filmmaking and making music. And these creative outlets make for great escapes that will benefit you in the foreseeable future. It's always good to pick up a new skill. And the reason why I don't have a problem with alcohol, nicotine, weed, or drugs in general is because I have a lot of healthy, safe outlets that take me away way more than any drug ever could. Urbex isn't considered really healthy or safe by any means for regular people, but for us true urban explorers, we know the risks, and we know how to dress and prepare for them. We make a plan and make the great hobby of urban exploring somewhat healthy and safe. And that's why I wanted to teach you guys how to become true urban explorers. It takes practice just like anything, but we adapted to adversity. We are the people that were stupid enough to go against all our primal instincts, and we are the people crazy enough to go against everything that society stands for, and we are the people that weren't afraid to break the rules that parents and schools forced into our heads for our whole lives. We are the people that explore the unknown to find something within ourselves. We are the people that amazing stories and movies are based off of. We are the heroes in the fairy tales and know how to make change in our life and even the world. But other people, instead of becoming heroes and living out an extraordinary life, instead sit inside watching these stories and movies of great people that were not afraid to do something different unfold on their screens. So I challenge you to be the hero in other people's stories. And I challenge you to get uncomfortable and to live free. And I challenge you to do what you love and to say fuck you to whoever goes against that. And I also challenge you to remember the good times and to love the people that have given you love in your life. Face your fears head on and sit and think about your trauma and how it has made you a better person. Do this instead of always trying to escape from your own thoughts, and tell yourself that your life is not all that bad. Tell yourself you are happy, tell yourself you are free, and tell yourself that you deserve everything in this world and that you shouldn't settle for less. Stop surrounding yourself with low-level people that have no ambition and make something out of your life. Sure, miss the times when you were young and had no cares in the world and your only concern was who you were going to hang out with that day. But remember that you are still young and that you could still do the careless things you did when you were younger. But also remember, in order to live like that again, you have to work for it. You have to make a significant change in your life. And just remember that if you can't make that drastic change, then your happiness and or sadness is not going to make a drastic change either. I used to choose to stay home and play video games rather than hang out with friends. And I remember the very night when I sat in my room contemplating if I wanted to go to the first ever party that I was invited to my sophomore year. And I didn't want to do it, but I ended up making myself. And when I got there, I was so nervous because I was so scared of social interaction. And by the end of the night, I had this indescribable feeling in my heart. This nostalgic feeling that I had been chasing for so long. The feeling you catch a glimpse of when you start to feel like a kid again. The feeling of accomplishment and belonging. And the feeling of being fucking alive. So alive where you want to live forever. And you do end up living forever. You live your life so much that it feels like you've already lived twice over. And that makes you feel like you're done. But guess what? You're not fucking done. You still have so much more to do, so much more to see, so much more love to give, and so much more life to live. So I say to you, if it doesn't feel like you're living your life, then you gotta say screw it every once in a while and take a risk that could change your life for the better or for the worse. It's called a risk for a reason, and you better be ready for the worst because everything is not gonna go your way 100% of the time. So, you might not get away with it, but I know damn well I will. And I did. I got away with it.
And you can too.
Every night I live and die, feel the party to my bones. Watch your waist and slow the speakers, feel my guts beneath the outdoor light. It's just another graceless night. I hate the headlines and the weather. I'm 19 and I'm on fire, but when we're dancing, I'm alright. It's just another graceless night. Are you lost enough? Have another drink, get lost in us. This is how we get notorious. Cause I don't know if they keep telling me where to go. I'll blow my brains out to the radio. All of the things we're taking, cause we are young and we're ashamed. Send us to perfect places. All of our heroes fading. Now I can't stand to be alone. Let's go to perfect places.
Building?
Every night I live and die, meet somebody, take 'em home. Let's kiss and then take off our clothes.